Not muck around then. Welcome back, everybody. The mighty heroes of the Order of the Beak, as you continue to explore Icewind Dale. And last week, you came across a much searched for visitor, and get that in just a second. I'm all on the wrong page here.
How's everyone else's schools coping with the COVID thing?
The wheels are getting wobbly in terms of staff and student numbers dwindling.
Yeah, same. Our school yesterday was just such a weird day.
The students are having a great time.
Yeah, they love all the drama. Yes,
Yeah,
that's true.
there's no O week, so Dunedin students are more than making up for it on their own.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant. I see what you mean now. Yes, I read about that.
Yeah, they're rocking it.
Oh, though I remember those days in Dunedin. Orientation week.
Yeah.
Good fun.
Party on, Wayne and Kath.
Lily couldn't go to orientation week because she was 3 months too young.
Ah, that's rough.
Yeah.
Then stop there. Okay.
Yeah, because she couldn't go to any of the cool stuff. Yeah, that they all do.
I would have gone anyway. What are they gonna do? Kick you out? Yeah, see you at home.
All right. So let's say we'll pick it up where the polar bear comes in, rips some throats out of Cold Light Walkers. If you remember, he actually had the killing blow on both of them. And you see him just wiping blood from his face, breathing deeply. What does the Order of the Beak do?
And he's transformed into the werebear, not the polar bear, right?
That's right.
Standing upright.
Mm-hmm.
In Druidic, the mark says, "Is that you, or human Nartok?"
And he responds in Druidic. Yes, that is me. I hear one of you have been looking for me.
And I move closer to him and say, "That is I. We have grave need of your help." And I say that in common and say, "Tarvin, I believe this man can help you."
What ails you, child?
I have a slud inside me.
A slud inside you. You wish me to extract this for you.
Is that possible?
I'll need a closer look at you first. But do you know what you have done here this day?
Saved the world? Probably.
You have done nothing more than to anger the Frost Maiden herself. This desecration, this easing of this weather, has done nothing but anger her. I suggest we move away from here, unless more cold-like workers come.
Good idea.
Okay.
Where will we go?
Follow
Do you
me.
have... Yeah.
Okay.
Are we? Yep.
Yes.
So he takes you away from the Black Cabin out into the wilderness. Just about 3-4 miles out. And the thing you notice when you get out there is the weather pattern
that you changed is limited to just a few miles around the Black Cabin. The rest of the weather all around this place is just as bad, just as horrible. So you see around here there's a very localized weather effect, but everything else is not so good. But he takes you to a place. The weather outside is not too bad by Icewind Dale standards at later. And he finds you a shelter to at least break the back of some of these cold winds coming through.
And he says, "So, you have been affected by slards. Tell me, child, how did this happen?"
I can't remember. That's the thing.
"And how do you know they are there?"
Because that's a great question. I haven't thought about this. Just give me a second. Let me think about this.
"Sure. We'll do this out of character."
That's a great question. I never actually thought to put some thought into that. Just go to my character description.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. All right. I'm prepared. Let's jump in. Back into the fantasy land. Okay.
Roll tape.
"So,
Okay. Yeah.
how did it happen?"
My tribe was attacked by slugs while we were exploring a cave. And one of them, a red slug, overwhelmed me, shall we say. And well, the rest is quite gruesome. He infested me, one of his eggs or something inside my chest. I felt it go down. It's there, and every day for the last week, it's been moving a lot more.
"Tell me, what color was the slard? These details are very important."
Red. It was a red slug. No mistake.
"And I have further questions. I see you wandering around the plains. I see you summon the light, summon the warmth into these cold places. Why do you do these things? What are you about?"
Just trying to rebalance the forces at play in this world.
"And how do you plan to do that?"
Tarvin looks at the others. What is our end game?
Scout will take a step forward on this one, and is going to take down the Frostmate. I intend to see her gone for good.
You plan to take down a god?
Well, yeah. With the light of the Morning Lord on our side, will certainly be done.
Oh, I'm not sure if you are foolish or courageous. I am not sure.
They're both.
This world needs a little bit of both, no doubt.
I thought since you're here, William and Tara, you might be able to tell me where Queen, can't pronounce that name, Bjornhild Solvig's daughter might be as well.
What tribe does she lead?
Tiger.
Tiger. Well, I see many of the tribes on my wandering. I see the queen. The White Dragonborn. The last I saw them, they were north of Wormdoom Crag. Do you know where that is?
No.
Here is Wormdoom Crag. If you remember, that's one of.
Yes, yeah. Well, he said south, which I don't.
Oh, north of Wormdoom Crag, yes. If you remember, these are the two Goliath tribes who have a mutual hatred of each other that all stem from a goat ball.
Oh, the last I saw them, they are north of Wormdoom Crag. But of course they do wander. What business do you have with them?
Well, you might know something about that. You're the one who found me.
That was many years ago, Scar. Do you wish to reclaim something that was lost?
I think it could help to reclaim it and lead towards taking down the Frost Maiden. Yeah.
How do you think taking out a Reghead tribe, or at least its leader, will help with the blasted winter?
To have an army on one side or a tribe on one side and taking out its leader.
Well, you need to face a decision soon, Scar. I will leave it to you to decide how to explain this to your comrades. But you need to make a decision. What is more important to you? Taking down the Frost Maiden, or taking the mantle of leadership? Because if you know anything about these tribes, they've kept themselves, shall we say, distant from the curse of this land, and they are happy to wander. If anything, the Reghead tribes have been the least affected by this winter. It is not their battle to be fought. So you must make a decision. Be the leader you have destined to be, or take on the Frost Maiden.
Malamak speaks up. I have been sent out by my tribe for this express purpose. The Elk tribe are sick of this incessant cold. I've come out into this place, into these towns and cities, to look for allies so that we can take her down for good. Not all Regheads are need to be so far removed. We need the strength of everyone in Icewind Dale to take this god down, to restore the balance. And I'm sure you, as a mighty archdruid, might recognize the lack of balance in this place right now.
The lack of balance is concerning. I agree. If you can get the Reghead tribes on your side, then that will be a bonus.
Malamak looks over at Scar, and he has huge doubts in his head about Scar's ability. He's covered in the garb of you're covered in an armor of a city guard, and you feel you can lead a tribe. I do not think this will go well. He shakes his head. Mighty Oyamanatok, you must want to restore balance too. What is your advice for us?
Well, the only thing that will take down and end this winter is if the Frost Maiden is destroyed or disabled at least. Surely you see her flying the skies at night on her mighty bird, casting her winter spell, casting her rhyme. She needs to be stopped.
I agree.
Yes. Without a doubt.
Gar, what is more important to you? Leading your tribe or taking out the Frost Maiden? I understand they might not be mutually exclusive, but they might be. So if it comes down to it, your tribe or taking down the Frost Maiden, what is it to be?
Frost Maiden comes first, but if I can take my tribe with me, then I will.
Well, that is a brave decision. I can't help but notice that there is one more of you who, shall we say, is of the druidic nature. What is your name, High Elf?
It's me, Shajaya.
Tell me, what is a High Elf doing out here, wandering these cold, desolate plains? Why are you here, Shajaya?
Well, I'm kind of made friends with these guys, and we're attempting to change things in Icewind Dale. And I personally am on the lookout for Shardalin.
Why are you looking for Shardalin? That is a wicked metal. What interest do you have in it?
Well, I'm just pulling up my notes out of my pocket and a little journal I've got here.
As Leah pulls out a journal.
Yeah. I also, okay. I came here before I met my troop here because I was interested in finding some ruins and any ancient artifacts left behind by the earliest inhabitants of this place, the Osterian giants. I don't know if anyone's heard of them. I've never really talked about it.
There are two
And
things.
so that's how I found myself here. Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, Shajaya, I too has some news for you. Are you familiar with the Netherese?
We have had something to do with them, haven't we? Netherese.
We've heard about them.
Yeah.
Heard of them,
Yes.
yeah.
Many thousands of years ago, the Netherese ruled as far as the eye can see, far beyond Icewind Dale, all across this continent of Faerun. Yes, and they flew ancient cities that flew in the skies. But the arrogance of man is not to be underestimated. 'Cause these great cities, they fell. Some might say they challenged the gods. Some might say and then the gods smacked them down to earth. And some say they got just too arrogant with their power and tapped into magic that was beyond their controlling. It doesn't get much more ancient than the ancient cities of the Netheril. Now, if you're interested, I've located a place where a spire from these great cities have crashed and has embedded itself in the earth. If you're looking for ancient ruins, Shajaya, this is certainly a starting point. Are you interested in exploring the lost spire of the Netheril?
Well, I am, but I can't go on my own. I would like to take my team with me.
Might there be some technology, magical technology there that could help us defeat the Frost Maiden?
Well, the Netherese were the most powerful magic users of all. It is at least a lead worth investigating. Here, show me your map.
And Tarok marks a spot on the map.
Right here, you'll find the lost spire of the Netherrealm.
Do you all see that on the map?
Yep.
Yes.
Now, your second question, Shajar. You're interested in ancient giant civilizations.
Yes. That's why what brought me here.
Oh, perhaps I can help you with that as well. There is an ancient ruin, I guess you could call it, with seats made of stone far taller than you or I. And rumors have it that the ancient giant king, the Jarls, would meet here every year or so to have a great meetings and discuss things. It is but now a ruin. But if you're interested in seeing where they used to meet, I too can show you where that is.
And he marks that on the map too.
Over here in Yarlamute.
Oh, that's a long way from.
Really?
From everywhere.
It's a long way.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
From here to Targus again.
In just terms of pure direction, it's 50 miles. There we go. As the crows
I don't
flies.
understand this.
Oh, I think in terms of our troop and our priority to try to search down the Frost Maiden, maybe going to the ruins is not number one on the priority list, and the Lost Spire of Netherrealm might be more. What do you guys think?
What was the interest in the Jalmut, sorry? Jalmut?
I'll give you the Cliff Notes versions. Giants used to meet there once a year. There are massive, huge. He said there's massive, huge chairs there that are definitely giant-sized. And the Jarls, i.e. the kings of the giants, used to meet there about once a year. But since then, it's been a ruin. No giants have met there for a long time, according to Tarok. And the Cliff Notes for this one, this is the Lost Spire of the Netherrealm is like he's saying when the city crashed, one of the spires broke off and effectively embedded itself in the snow. Right there.
That might be like a big, both of which might have something to help us in the battle though as well. Like because the giants are from this area, and then this is like the technologically or magically superior civilization. So there might be boons to be found here.
You think
Yeah.
geographically though, are we going to go to Lonelywood?
Possibly. Yeah,
And
possibly.
then we could head to Bremen and then down to Yarmouth
Yeah.
with
And
Axe Beaks.
swing around.
And then come back to Dugan's Hole and then Goodmead. And then head up towards Lost Spire.
Quite possibly.
Sounds cool.
I think in my head though we're still very much in the help. Like so, he's given us all this advice, but Malamak is going to say, "Where do you see yourself in our actions? Are you just going to passively pass information, or are you wanting to take action yourself?"
I will not be joining you. I have, shall we say, other priorities I need to tend to. I do believe you have the skills. This will not be our last meeting. I will find you again for sure.
What about my slard?
Well, one more question I want to answer. This might be a different threat to the Icewind Dales, compared to Ariel the Frost Maiden. You mentioned Shadowland, Shajire.
If
There are some Duragar, some dark dwarves who have been capturing and collecting as much of the Shadowland as possible. I do not personally know what they are up to. I do know they have a mighty fortress in the middle of the spine of the world. Where it is, I cannot say. But any information you can find on that would be good. The Duragar are up to no good.
We've run into them already.
yeah.
Were they collecting Shadowland?
I believe that's when we first came across it, yes.
They were collecting people and
Actually, yeah.
as well. Filling them with some of
Infected.
that weird mossy,
Yeah.
infecting them with something.
The threats of the Duragar are becoming more and more serious by the day.
We can show him the shuttle. Yeah.
Oh, do not bring that in my presence. I've seen it. I've known what it is.
What do you suggest we do with it then? Can we neutralize it? Can we turn it into something useful? Can we destroy it?
Many people have tried to turn it into something useful, but have been corrupted by its mere presence. I suggest you throw it in the sea of moving ice, Maradoladoon, or even Lake Dunashire, far away from the dwarves.
How does Cal feel about that?
Well, I'm not all good for polluting the waterways and stuff. If we were to throw it into the Underdark, because we have found near Tremolane there is a deep pit beyond our ken, would that be a safe place to hide the Shardolin?
He raised some good points. Throwing it down, there are many creatures below the sea of moving ice. If they got in contact with Shardolin, who knows what they would become. Same for Maradoladoon, same for Lake Dunashire. But throwing it into the Underdark, I'm not sure if that's a good idea either. Wicked, perverted, twisted creatures live below the Underdark.
Is there any way we can destroy it?
Not that I know of.
Oh, did we the statue where we encountered the spirit, the trapped spirit, in back in Targos?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a large Shardolin statue, I think, a figurehead from a boat. Was that what? Have I got that the right way around?
Yes, that's correct. Yep, it was in the town hall.
In the town hall there. So we have seen a large sample there. Is there something that we could do to hide its effects or stop it from influencing? Because we certainly know the speaker for Targos seems an ill-tempered man.
Well, if they have such a large amount of Shardolin, it needs to be hidden. If the Duragar get hold of that, it might be just the amount that they need to finish whatever they need it for. Hide it from them. Destroy it. Hide it is the only way I can think of doing it.
Welcome back in Targos.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
This stone that we've managed to put together, this thing with the 3 rings that controls the weather, do you have any advice for us for using it? Would more that we use it, would that draw more of the ire of the the Frost Maiden.
Did you bring it with you, says Malcolm, or did you leave it at the Black Cabin?
Well, Shazai had it. She had it in control. Did you take it with you, Shazai?
It'll happen rather quickly.
I've got
Yeah.
some blueprints from it, since I thought that might be a useful thing to share with the 10 towns.
Shajaya, do you have it?
The crystal that we took out of the skull.
Yeah.
No,
Hammerstone.
The Summer Star.
I
The thing
believe
that blew up
I
last
did
week.
take it. Yeah, I do. I'll have to look it up. Sorry, I'm just my roll 20 has just.
That's fine. So, if you remember, the first time someone picked it up, it exploded. That had some complications. And then you used it to change the weather.
On the right, I'm just logged out.
Well, we can just say, did you pick it up? And if so, how did you pick it up? Did you just handle it, or did you use a cloth? Did you use a bag? How did you pick it up?
I think last time we were, she did something with Mage Hand to
Yeah, from memory, I
manipulate
didn't
although
touch
we
it.
had,
Yeah.
had
Okay.
a third safety ring or something or other
Yeah.
modelled on the other rings.
So since
it
it,
meant to do it safer.
yeah,
Just looking at it, and I don't think I did take it with me. Because we were worried that it had. We were worried that it had the negative effect on the guy we found in that cabin.
tell you what.
I haven't got it in my inventory.
Tell you what, let's rewind back in time. Assume
That's
you're
what I'm
back
doing.
at the Black Cabin.
Yeah.
So we're back at the Black Cabin, and then we'll go forward in time to now.
Yeah.
And Oyam Tardok says, "Bring the device to me. Do not touch it."
Okay.
Do you mage hand it over, Shajar?
Yeah. Because I can't touch it.
Okay, so you bring out this device using your mage hand, and you know this ghostly hand kind of picks it up and brings it in front of Oyam and Tardok. And if you remember, I'll show you a picture. The Summer Star. Oops. Guess you've forgotten what it looks
I don't
like.
remember taking it. Sorry, I
that's
literally
right.
don't remember putting it in my.
I don't think it was mentioned,
Yeah.
but this is what it looks like that, except for it having 3 rings around it now instead of 2, and the slump of
That's
coal.
right.
So Shajai brings it out of the Black Cabin, puts it in front of Oyam and Tardok's face, and he looks closely at it, furrows his brow, and reaches out to the coal in the center and just taps it with his bear-like claw. And the coal vanishes into a puff of dust, and all the 3 rings collapse, so they're 3 separate rings. And he says, "Whatever magic was in this is of no use anymore. I feel that this was a one-and-done type item. Not as powerful as we had hoped, but at least it slapped a reel in the face." And then we'll fast forward back out here to the frozen wastes.
Who's got the ring? Can we keep the rings?
Sure.
Like to keep the Summer Star rings.
I'm trying to remember, why didn't we take it last time? What happened?
You just used it, and we got into a fight, and then it ended. So we just didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just
Yeah.
rushed through them.
And
I
I remember all the parts up to the rings and all of that. I just didn't know why we didn't take it. Usually we do.
I think because we ended last time when Oyam and Tardok came, And we picked up with
Yeah.
Owen and Tarek leading you out of there, so we just kind of missed that bit in the middle. That's right.
Get the
We've sorted it
cleanup
up.
of that place. Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Now this brings us to you, Tarvin. Okay.
Yes.
And he finds a rock, and he says,
Oh, take a sit down here. Let me have a look at you.
Tarvin sits.
okay. And he looks at you closely, begins casting a spell, and you feel the worm inside you squirming and wriggling, but it's not getting out. And Ayman Tarek furrows his brows.
Let me have a second look.
And he casts this similar spell, and he says,
I'm afraid, child, I have two pieces of bad news. Number one, this is beyond my ability to heal. My good news, though, I do know how to cure it, but I will need something from you. Now,
What?
there's this figurine that has been carved. It's made from scrimshaw, and it's a figure of an archer etched with a magical script. If I had this, I've seen it before, I could cure you.
Any idea where we might find this scrimshaw sculpture?
Well, we've got a scrimshaw which has got a picture of you on it. From that's not that, right?
Not this one of me with my bow.
Unfortunately not. This particular scrimshaw figurine is, shall we say, I can use it to remove the slide from you. And I know who has it, but I don't think you will like my answer.
Okay, let me guess. A frost
That's
maiden.
No,
Do tell.
no, but something perhaps as dangerous. Have you heard of a creature called Ave Anchuras?
The dragon.
The dragon.
Huh?
The dragon
Oh, boy.
has the scrimshaw figurine. Well, more specifically, he has many hoards and many locations where he stores his treasure. So you don't need to defeat the dragon and just find out where his treasure is, and perhaps you'll get lucky and find the scrimshaw figurine there.
Right. Why am I not surprised? There's never an easy solution when you're infested with a slud.
As I said, I wish I could hear you. If I had the scrimshaw figurine, I think we can deal with this slide.
Do you have any ideas of your own as to where this dragon might store his treasure?
I mean, not useful answers, but I'm sure he has somewhere in the spine of the world. Very much a needle in a haystack situation. And I hear rumors that there's a ship somewhere stranded along the sea of moving ice. Where that is, I could not say. But when exactly the slide will break out, which is very much of a question of how long you have to find this.
And
And-
your expert opinion, how much time have I got?
Less than 10 day.
Okay, just over a month.
Yeah.
And 10 day is just the weeks they refer to here. Weeks have 10 days in them. So a week, 10 days. I call it a 10 day.
Okay, Tarvin just silently nods and looks down at his chest and ponders.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Are you talking to us all?
Yes.
Does
If
he,
you would
does,
mind.
does he know anything about the Lady of the Lake? Keep encountering aspects of it.
He tells this story that you were told before about how there was a jealous husband and a woman, and she killed her husband, and she died and fell into the lake locks afterwards. It's basically rumors that everybody else knows. He doesn't know anything specific that would be immediately helpful to you.
Okay.
Malamark says, if you have a moment, there's something I would like to discuss with you in private.
Of course. Do you want to go to the other voice channel?
Yes. Please don't be suspicious, everyone.
Okay, so they move off to the side, and yeah, voice channel 2.
What is it, my child?
I have these powers, this resistance to cold that is stemming from something deep inside me.
Mm-hmm.
The rest feel like it's just coming from my orcish ancestry, and I show him the ring on my finger.
Mm-hmm.
Ring there. Do you know anything about this?
Just 1 second.
And it's the blessing.
Mm-hmm. You had the
Won't go
midwinter.
into-
This
Yeah,
is the
the
midwinter's blessing, right?
It's called the Blessings of O'Reilly.
Oh,
It's
well.
warding jewelry. Yeah. I was found with this, wearing this when my tribe found me, and I'm concerned to be given the same powers as this goddess that we're trying to destroy. Do you have any advice?
Well, she loves the cold, and she's giving you resistance to gold, so you can enjoy the cold, shall we say, without dying it. But I will say that this blessing might be a curse. So your fate and Ariel's fate might be tied in ways that I cannot foresee. But you are tied together somehow.
That is my fear, and yet it is far too useful for me to just throw away. I will maintain the deception with the others.
That
Thank
is
you.
wise. But keep in mind, if it does come to that day when you do defeat Uriel, it might cost you personally, Malamak, more than you are prepared to pay.
Oh, at the moment I'm prepared to give everything.
Everything might be what is required. Tell me, Malamak, if it came down to a choice between ending the Frost Maiden's range, but it would mean the death of Tarvin, Shajar, Scar. Excuse me. Cal and Bugsy, would you do it?
The destruction that she's wrought on this entire land, the lack of balance, I would feel proud to sacrifice us all in order to restore that balance.
I have asked similar questions to people before, and when they're faced with a choice, they often go back on what they sworn to do. So, I admire your confidence, I admire the sacrifice, It is always different when you must sacrifice the others. It is almost easier to sacrifice yourself. So
Malamut nods.
keep that in mind. Number one, your fates are tied together. Number two, sacrifices might be required. And the sacrifices might not be your own life.
Malamut nods gravely. He ponders it. He accepts it, but he hasn't quite thought it through.
Mm-hmm.
He nods his head in gratitude.
Okay, and you wander back to the rest of them?
Wander back. Yes, sure do.
Okay.
Kind of
We're back!
prop up. Good stuff.
So unless there is something else, I will be on my way.
How do we find you again?
I will find you.
Okay.
Is there anything he knows about the tiger tribe that might help in terms of gaining their trust? Other than the fact that, you know, I want to kill their queen.
Well, killing the queen does not often ingratiate yourself to a tribe.
That's my fault.
I have no advice.
Believe Tarvin is the elk tribe?
Malamut is elk.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Tarvin's bear tribe.
Bear, so bear, tiger, and elk. There we go.
But I've been outcast since I was infected by the slime.
Unfortunate.
We can have a little tribal conversation once Oyam Nartok is gone.
Busy man.
Everyone's redhead. Everyone's redhead.
Two tribes go to war.
Well, I shall bid you farewell then. Best of luck and all the information I have shared with you in stopping Oriel.
And with that, not Oriel, Oyam
One more,
Tarok.
Yep. One more question.
Yes.
The name, the ship. Do we know anything about the name of that ship that we're missing?
The Dark Duchess.
Dark Duchess. I was hoping it'd be something like Bremen's Hold or something like that. I know where it is. Alright. Thank you, William and Dark.
Okay, and he leaves. Hey, Jajaya, could I have a quick word with you in voice channel 2, please?
Sure.
Did that ring a bell, Shajaya?
Hello.
Hi! Dark
Hi.
Duchess, does that ring a bell?
Sorry, say that again.
The name of the ship, the Dark Duchess.
Yes. I was on the Dark Duchess.
Yep, and
Pirate ship.
as Bugs might be listening to this later, I'm not going to have you say exactly what happened there, but I think you know about the Dark Duchess and what happened there, correct?
Yeah, yes. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm just reading all through this now, and I'm remembering it.
So when Oyam and Tarok mentions Dark Duchess, that you remember everything that I kind of sent you. So keep that in mind. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
so
was taking notes, but then I just ended up not being able to take as many notes as I might need.
Okay, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll send you the information about the Dark Duchess, and I'll send it to you in Messenger on Facebook. How does that sound? As a bit of a refresher.
Yeah, I've got it. I've literally got it here printed.
Okay.
The first 3 sessions I kept notes, but then I just gave up because I was like, oh god.
So much. But yes,
Yeah.
this Dark Duchess, obviously you have links to it, so just keep that
Yeah,
in mind.
I
I'm not
agree.
saying you need to tell the party or anything, but there is that history there. Okay, let's
Okay,
bounce
cool.
back to the other voice channel.
Okay.
We can do a little bit of that.
Okay, we're back. So Oyam and Tarok takes his leave and heads away.
a strange man.
You know, well, what time of day is it, Malcolm?
It's getting late. You could
Is
try
it
and
some kind of cave or something. Is it? That's what I'm imagining anyway. I don't know if that's a fact.
more like your backs are against a cliff.
Oh, right.
We do a survival check to sort of see how good it would be to take a long rest here. Would that be? I'd like to do that if that's okay.
What are you checking? Like a better place to camp, or you're trying to get a prediction on the weather? What are you doing?
I'm just thinking in terms of just survivability. I don't like as an outdoorsy sort of I forget what sort of flavor I gave my druid, but someone who understands the Arctic conditions. I don't want to say let's take a long rest here and yet it be blatantly obvious that they should have actually gone to somewhere safer.
I'll say because you're familiar with the weather, make a survival check at advantage. Familiar with the not the weather, the
environment.
location, the environment.
Yeah.
Yep.
21.
Nice.
You feel that this spot Oyuman Tardok has found you is pretty good. That there's a cliff you can kind of put your back against, and any bad weather kind of is coming from another direction and kind of shoots over top of this overhang. So not too bad. But you
Oh, no, we don't have a
you do look around you and you feel the weather is getting worse by the moment.
So what time of day is it? Like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, sort of thing.
Maybe even later. Like about an hour before sunset, we'll put it that way.
How long would it take us to get to Lonelywood?
Longer than an hour.
Traveling in the dark. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel that it might. I explain it and say that it might get cold, but if we take some actions, we may be able to make it as best we can. Have we got our experts? Have we got our experts with us?
Yeah. Yes.
So can we make our way back to the black cabin? Would that be a better place to shelter, or no?
No. Yeah.
It was completely destroyed in the last explosion.
I think the frostbane would be looking for us there.
Okay.
Yeah, on
Can we
Oriel's
just put our backs
radar.
against the wall, just dig in and circle up the experts.
Okay. So what preparations are you doing to camp at night? Are you putting up tents? What are you doing?
Do we even have? Oh no, I have a tent to my thing. Yeah, I've got.
Oh, cool.
Should all have them.
Because the
What a-
canvas we had is gone.
Oh no, I've only got bed rolls. I don't have a tent, but I can survive the cold a bit. Just looking at my inventory.
Likewise, which is probably why I don't have a tent.
Yeah, I have a bed roll. That's it.
Same.
I can definitely make I can create fire though. Can I sort of create some sort of campfire? Look around for some wood.
Away are we from the forest itself, Malcolm?
You could, well, put it this way: if you put a fire out and the bad weather that Malamak predicted is coming, it won't last.
Yeah. Okay.
The trees? How far to them?
There are some
be better there.
scrubby trees around you, but not a lot.
Okay.
Do we find a tent in the end? Has anybody got one?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I
Can we
will.
have some tarpaulin? Something? We picked up the something with.
It blew up with the
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
cabin. Yeah.
I think we actually donated it when we handed that body over. Anyway.
Oh, we had another one that wrapped the star thing in, and then
Yeah.
Oh, that one blew up. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Well, I don't think we should stay here then.
Well, actually, I'm going to say that part of your winter survival gear includes a tent. So I'm going to
Okay.
say you have 2 tents.
Oh, cool.
All right, so we'll erect the tents then.
Okay.
Circle up
Um,
And
Before we go
Tarvin
to-
will we'll look for some wood to burn.
And I'll look for some wood to burn as well, just to really heat up
Scar.
some. Yeah.
Okay.
Just before, when you were talking about the amulet, would that, if I had that, that would be in my inventory, and it's not there. So I don't know if I have that.
Yes, you do.
Amulet.
Where would I find it?
Okay, I'll just bring up your character sheet.
Good tune, Daddy.
Oh, this amulet of health you're talking about.
Yeah, I've got one.
We didn't do
item
that.
in my
We were
tunic.
actually we were talking about it, and I was going to raise this about now.
Yeah.
Like Shajaya, I appreciate we decided to give you this amulet, but on reflecting, aka listening to the recording, I remember that Scar's Con is only 14. And as a frontline fighter, and also as an acolyte of the Morning Lord, it might be more beneficial and more appropriate for him to have this amulet. How do you feel, Shajaya?
Well, yeah, I'm happy to help Scar out. I just looked in my inventory and I couldn't find it.
We definitely gave it to you. I think that was you were
Yeah.
holding on to it. Yeah, I think.
We just
Sounds
hadn't
like
edited
what
it.
happened with my keys.
So you're giving it to Scar?
Yeah. Yes,
So
he
he can
needs it more.
Agree with it.
I thank you, Shajai. This will help with our prayer spell as well, which I never seem to be able to fire off properly.
So
Yeah,
should we focus
just
about
maintain
Darkfall.
Did you see how many times he got blinded? This man needs it. Sorry, this dragonborn needs it.
Thank you, Shajai. Right, how do I put that in my inventory then?
I have already put it in your inventory.
Oh, fantastic.
If you look in your inventory and scroll down, you'll see your amulet of health has is attuned to you, and you notice your constitution score is now 19.
Whoosh.
And what was it before?
14.
14?
I think.
Yeah.
14.
Okay.
14. No, it's not attuned. Maybe I need to refresh. I'll go back and go forward.
Probably refresh it. Yep.
Yoink. No, that hasn't changed anything.
Just a sec.
To the inventory.
Right. Okay. Let me just check something. Plus 16, 18, 32. Sorry, something's gone a bit weird here. Let me just check this out.
Maybe you're immune to heal. Yeah.
That would be unfortunate.
That's real unfortunate for a paladin, eh? I'm immune to healing magics.
Should get another 4 times 4, 16.
The Morning Lord doesn't want him to touch himself.
Agreed.
Should get 16.
That's so much more where that came from.
Oh my goodness.
18 plus 16. 42.
Oh God, he was immune to diseases. Holy shit.
What?
18.
Scar.
Are you immune to diseases?
It's a paladin thing, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I knew it was a paladin thing, but it's quite early. Like I think druids get it level 8 or 10 from memory.
What?
It's a divine health thing that he's got, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
It's my character sheet.
That's handy. maybe if we encounter some sluts, you can go on first.
That'd probably happen anyway.
Yeah, attack my chest as much as you want. I can't attack. My
Punch
god
it out.
protects you from the eggs.
Hey, so what was the name of that? Can you guys remember what the name of that ship?
Dark
The
Duck.
Dark
Duchess.
Duchess.
Yeah, and I liked Cal's comment, not ominous at all.
Yeah. Oh, and the front of that thing in Targos was a woman, the headpiece of the thing that we were looking at.
What? Yeah, it was. It was.
Oh,
It must
But
be
they
connected.
found it.
I think it's
they
a
found it in
coincidence
the
in
lake,
10
didn't
towns.
they? Didn't they find it in the lake though, in the middle of Mia Doldan? Oh, wrong.
I don't think we ever found out.
Okay, yeah, no, fair enough.
Okay, so you should be fine now, Scar. Give it a refresh, and you'll notice a couple of things. Your constitution is now 19, and your hit points are now 41 as a maximum.
what?
Plus another 10 with the blessing of the Morning Lord that you picked up before. 10 temp, yeah.
What I
So
have to say about that is great.
After we up in the morning.
Yeah, if we go to sleep and have a morning.
okay, so there we go. So you take an hour off and you attune to the Amulet of Health, and you get healthier, and you're a lot better now. Okay, back to the camp. Who's in the tent? Who's doing what? Tents. There's two of them.
Tom was looking for wood.
Yep.
They could burn.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I don't have a lot of protection against the cold.
Yeah, you should.
We figured
stay
you'd
with
be in the
experts.
yes, you do. You're wearing a ring of warmth.
That ring.
Oh, I have
Yeah.
got. Oh, sorry, but that's only for me. I mean, I can wear that
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Ah, yes.
myself, but yeah.
Yeah, Malamak and Scar are fine as well. So the three of us are kind of fine being on the outer edges.
So Malamak, Scar, and Shajaya.
Yeah. But Tarvin and Bugsy and Cal will need to sort of nestle in into the middle of the tent, I guess. Being the warmest tent.
I sold my
Boonie.
pelts.
Yeah. You've sold your pelts. Before we go to sleep, I just wanted to, Malamak, after that conversation with Oyemanatok, was like hearing Scar talk about overthrowing the queen of a Reged tribe, and Malamak just walks over to Scar with quite a look of concern on his face and says, "Please, you must tell me your story as much as you can to support the removal of a leader of one of the tribes. That's more than I ever thought I would do. I am a committed member of the Out tribe. Who do you want to kill, and why do you want to kill them?"
Well, it's more of a personal thing, mate, because she's my mum, and she dumped me. When I was born, William and Tara found me, and I wouldn't ask you to help me regarding that element. I suppose overthrow might be kill is too much of a hard word, but there's some serious questions I have to ask her, and I don't think I'm going to like the answers.
You've proven yourself as a leader of us, as a leader of the Order of the Beak, and I can see your value in the battles we have to fight in the future, so I will support you up until that point. But if I feel that your decisions and actions will go against the tribes, the interests of the tribes as a whole, I mean, we do pull tribes into line at times, but if I feel you're going to lead the tribe to destruction or destitution, I may have to step in.
I do not intend to lead the tribes into that sort of downfall.
Thank you for sharing this information with me. Malamak offers to take first guard for the night.
We've lit a fire, right? We're doing that.
Yeah, you've lit a fire. It's going to require constant tendering throughout the night, given that the way that the weather is kicking in. But you do have a fire of sorts going.
I'll take a second watch.
Okay.
I need a bit of recuperating, so I'd prefer to rest if that's cool.
Fair enough. And the elf only needs, Shajai only needs 4 hours of meditation, right? So,
Just around the fire before we drop off. What's our actual plan? Are we thinking Lonelywood in the morning,
yeah.
Lonelywood, and then taking it from there? Is that what we're thinking?
Yeah.
My preferences are to fill the next 40 days with the most adventure and excitement as we can. So a complete tour of the map.
is Tarvin a bit fatalistic? Tarvin's
Yeah.
pretty fatalistic about it. He's like, alright, well, if these are my last days, I'm just going to do it.
We're back
See
in
with
this thing,
that.
Tarvin.
It's either that or Robert Dragon.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh well, everything's worth a shot. And what a way to go.
Well, do you bring up that
Is this
dragon
the
thing?
ship- the
See,
ship
is this you
might be
talking as
useful?
Tarvin?
This is Tarvin talking.
So
I
just
will
regarding
happily-
that ship that we were
Tarvin
talking
has a-
about, the Duchess.
I will say that Tarvin has a dark sense of humor.
Malamak, as crazy as it sounds, it's the one thing that he's completely committed to is to try and save you, regardless of everything. I will rob a dragon with you, Tarvin.
I'm hoping Bugs is back in action by then, because he might be great at sneaking in instead of me.
The ship. Is that where the dragon's foot is?
Could be a
Just
possible spot. There's a possible spot in the spine of the world, and then the shipwreck was another one on the shores of the sea of moving ice. But I'm hoping that we find out more information as we go through.
Tarvin's nodding off. So, are we heading off to Leah? Are we going to Lonelywood?
Definitive,
Okay.
yeah.
Alright. Sounds
I'm
good.
trying to have a little bit of low action thing, and maybe heading to Yarmouth.
Cal, remember the time that... Oh, he's asleep.
There's also, lest we forget, there's a sea monster terrorizing Bremen, right? A lake
Yeah.
monster. Yeah.
A lake monster.
And
Could
I'll
be
also
Shardon
point
again.
out that the honey mead has run dry as well.
Yeah, so there's good mead coming back
Good mead.
through.
Mm-hmm.
And was there something at
Apparently there's a
Dugan's hole?
Yeah, it's a hole.
Oh.
It's a
Well,
hole.
okay then. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so who's taking first watch?
Malamak will take first watch.
Okay. So this will be a long rest, but don't take your long rest just yet. We will get there in a moment, says the DM ominously.
Yes.
Okay, let me just bring up some bits and pieces here. Okay, Malamak, as you're there resting, looking around, wondering, what dangers might lurk out there, can you roll me a perception check, please? Nine. Tarvin, you're on this watch as well?
Yeah, that's big man.
Okay, so you
Perception?
get out. Yep, perception. You get out of the tent, and you tend this far as much as you can to push off the thing. Okay, so Malamak, you don't notice anything. Tarvin, on the other hand, you do notice something. So this is the situation as I see it. This is Bugs and Kel fast asleep in the tent. Shajah, I don't see a reason why she wouldn't be in the tent, so she's doing her meditation in the tent. Scar, would you be outside?
Yeah.
The fire?
Probably at the tent door kind of thing. This is where I'd imagine him being. If you
Sure.
want to go for it.
Sure, but that's fine. So, you'll notice you don't see very much because the weather has taken a distinct turn for the worst as the blizzard sits in big time. And the fire's threatening to go out. Tarvin and Melamak, you tend to it as much as you can. And regardless of what your night vision is, if you have dark vision, this cold and this wind and this hail and this snow is just all around you. And you can barely see 10 feet away from you. Which is why, if you see on your token, you can only see things around you. You see there's an orange glow there that's coming from the fire. But the rest of you are asleep, except for Tarvin and Malomak. Tarvin, you notice this right at the last possible second. Can Tarvin actually see it at all? Let's have a look. I'll say Tarvin hears this as he can't actually see it. But from behind you, you hear a ripping of the tent behind you, and then a scream of some guttural noises coming from behind you, and this massive roar. And this creature's appear. And before we get into it, can everybody roll me into initiative, please?
Is that a Yeti, a polar bear? What do you guys reckon?
Wolf.
Yes.
A dragon.
Natural 20. I forgot to hit my thing.
Oh, that's right. So Tarvin 26. I can put that in.
I wasted my natural 20 on initiative.
Well, you were the one to notice it, so those things are good. And I'll roll bugs in. I'll
Man,
running
Scout
bug.
was out to it. It's been a
Should
long
I
day.
have done his spell?
Campaigns. Order of the Beak.
Oh, did Scars turn up? It's not there.
You didn't tap your, mustn't have tapped your thing.
Aye.
I don't see what, maybe it was just so embarrassed with it being so low.
Yeah, it's a 3 anyway.
Yeah, I'll add
no,
you
he
in
doesn't
there.
get any turns.
So Scar 3. Oops. 3. Shajar 15. And let me just do bugs. Of course, half of you are asleep, but we'll get there in a second. Initiative. +9. Holy crap, bugs.
Yeah.
You hear a ripping sound over here, Tarvin, as the back of the tent is ripped apart. Cal, you get woken up, but not in a good way. You're in here from the tent, kind of feeling the rest of the cold there. But then a wholly unnatural cold, like colder than cold, like so cold that it hurts. And this coldness starts beating into you. But before that, you feel claws around your throat. Now, this is while you're asleep, so it's going to be at advantage. It's, natural 20.
Oh.
So you take 12 points of slashing damage and 8 points of cold damage.
Right, well, that has me out.
Okay, so you hear this horrible ripping sound, and then it moves across right next to Bugs. I'm going to give Bugs a perception check to see if she can realize what's going on. She wakes up, but she's still prone on the ground. And this creature is then going to claw at her with advantage because she's prone on the ground. It's Bugs. Wait, is that right? Oh yeah, I'm just rolling really good. Bugs takes a total of 20 points of damage.
Oh dear.
But she has 7 temporary, so she takes, what did I say?
I've still got a temporary as well.
Takes
Twin-
13. You
Takes
said
13. Yeah, so she's on 17 hit points now, and no temporary hit points at the moment. And then it sees Bugs on the ground again, and it gnashes its teeth at Bugs. But this time Bugs is aware to it, and she just rolls out the way. Now, Cal, we'll get to Cal when it's Cal, but I'll say Bugs says, she says, the cold coming off this creature is insane. We got to get Cal away. He will die if he stays here. Get Cal away, get Cal away. And Tarvin, what do you want to do? You see what you see.
Which is not much. I can't see what. I'm going to go down the side of the tent down here and approach the creature from behind. Can I do that?
Sure, you can move, absolutely.
I think it's somewhere around there. I'm just gonna go to here. What can I see from here? I can see a foot or something, right? Something's there.
Yep, something's there. I mean, you see what you see.
I'm gonna engage the creature. With combat with my bow. I'm gonna draw my bow and start flinging arrows at it.
Is that disadvantage because of this dreadful weather that's flowing around? But absolutely, take a shot at it.
Actually, with my ability, am I actually disadvantaged? Let's have a look. Sharpshooter. No, just at long range.
Yeah, you don't get. There's no advantage provided by cover, and there's no long range penalty. But the fact that this wind doesn't help with that, so it's still at disadvantage.
2 attacks. For the first round. Okay, so disadvantage. Here we go. 18, not too bad.
18 does hit. Yep, roll damage.
11.
You hear it sinking into the flesh of the creature, and it lets out a low grunt. Didn't like that.
Won't fire at it again. Disadvantage. Here we go.
Oh, nice. Wow, that's... What did you roll? Oh, nice. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So you shoot again, and you hear another grunt of pain from this creature as the arrow strikes true. Let's have a roar.
I do get an extra 1d8, I believe. For this,
Gloomstalker?
Gloomstalk, I think. Yeah.
Yep, so just roll a d8, and we'll add that in too.
Okay.
So another 4 points of damage. Nice. The creature, you've got its attention. That's a good thing.
Right, now I'm just going to move over to here.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay, Bugs feels this immense cold just dripping off this creature. As I said, we're gonna get Cal away. He's gonna die if he's here. And you hear Bugs let out a little grunt as she herself starts feeling this bitter cold just reaching off this creature. And Bugs is going to pick up Cal and drag him. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 15. Going to take the dash action to get him all the way out over there. The troll is going to see her walking by. Oh, I just told you what it was, damn it.
Yeah,
It's going to reach out with a claw, but it misses Bugs. So Bugs bravely drags Cal away, and this troll just reaches out this disgusting claw, but Bugs neos it and gets out the way and gets Cal to safety, though he's still dying. Shajaya! Scar anybody! Follow my voice, guys! Cal's dying! Shajaya,
Yeah?
make me a perception check.
Eight.
You hear the commotion, what's going on. You do wake up. You are lying prone on the ground. And you too, well, actually the thing that wakes you up is once again this immense cold just dripping off this creature. Because of your cold resistance, you only take 7 points of damage as opposed to 14. So you take 7 damage just with this coldness just dripping off this creature. So 7 points of damage, Shajaya. And what do you do?
Well, can I find Cal? Where is he? Can't see anything.
With your perception of... perception was to wake up. Make another perception check to see if you can work out where Cal is.
Okay.
Bugs was yelling out at you.
So we'll start here. You hear them over to the east. Do you want to head over there?
I've still got my magical ring on, so yes, I will I get to have cast a spell if I find him?
Well, first of all, you need to stand up, which takes half
Okay.
your movement because you're asleep. And you can move 15 feet and use an action. So if you find him within 15 feet, yes, you can.
Okay.
So you have 3 squares you can move to try and find Cal.
Oh god, it's going to put me right next to the creature.
And because this is a tent, you can exit the front of the tent or the back of the tent. The back of the tent has been ripped open by this creature.
Okay, I'm going to go far out. Don't want to be by the creature. I'm going to go forwards. And I'm going to tell the Malamak has no healing.
Scar's got healing.
Okay, I'm going to tell
Wake
Scar and
Scar up,
Malamak
wake Scar
that
up,
something
yeah.
terrible has happened. Waking Scar up. Something terrible has happened. Cal needs you.
Now, one thing you'd all be aware of, it is possible to stop Cal from dying as opposed to healing him.
Medicine check.
A medicine check. You need to make a medicine check, and the DC for that is DC 10. Now, if you have a medical kit, a healing kit, you do it automatically. So that won't give Cal health, but it'll be unconscious effectively, unconscious and stable. So keep that in mind, but Cal is in a mess. And I just had to refresh my page for a sec, so just give me a second. You walk out of the tent, Shajai. You still have an action and a bonus action for that matter. What would you like to do?
Okay. My action is to wake up Scar.
Okay. Give Scar a
And my
shake.
bonus action is to bonus action. Oh gosh, I can only use wild shape.
Do it.
And I still don't know what this creature is, so I suppose I could, if I'm going to turn into a wild animal, I will turn into a... Sorry, I have to always go through this to see
That's
what's
all right.
the best thing to do.
If this
think you know
helps,
it
this
does.
is what it looks like.
Cold
Yeah.
damage. Right, there it is.
Ice troll. Oh, great.
He looks like he has a sense of humour.
He looks like
That's
an
good,
evil
just stop.
muppet.
Has anybody tried talking to him? Why can't we just talk to him? No.
Maybe he's just hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be just
Some
cold.
rations.
I mean, Direwolf does the best job, doesn't it?
What?
And I also get the most hit points if I turn into a direwolf, so I'll do that.
And,
Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me.
Okay. So I'll give you a dire with just as much vision as yourself. So Ed 2 is struggling to see through there. I'll just put Shajai over there in the corner. And you should be able to move that direwolf around as you see fit, Shajai.
That's what Scar wakes up to. Awesome.
But that I think so to be it.
What the fuck?
Let the dog out.
Oh no. So that'll be your turn, Shajai. So you cast. You woke up Scar, and then you crack your body, change, cast the spell for Wild Shape, and roar, this massive direwolf is on the battlefield now. And yeah, that's what you wake up to, Scar. But it's not your turn, Scar. This troll is going to take a step next to Bugs. Reach out with its claws. Take a swipe at Bugs. Misses Bugs with his first claw attack. Goes for a second claw attack. This one hits. And you hear, someone save. And you hear Bugs' words catch in her throat as she too, you assume, falls to the ground. Then the thing comes right up next to you, Cal, roars in your face and tries to bite you with its massive maul. Oh, where you going, Ice Troll? Come back here. And it takes a bite. And I'm assuming a 23 hits, Tarvin.
Certainly does.
And do you have cold resistance? I can't remember.
No.
12 points of damage, Tarvin. 8
Okay,
piercing. 8 piercing, 4 cold.
I've got 2 of the bonus 10 left. So
So
it's 10. Yeah, another 10.
10 points of damage.
Okay. I can only take 1 more of those hits.
Okay. Okay. Malamak.
So seeing Scar awake, he's going to go down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, so you can see him there. And he's going to actually. He's got no spells. I think I'm going to turn into a wolf myself.
A wolf.
That's
Okay.
my action. So yeah, I turn into a wolf using my wild shape.
Just a normal
So-
wolf, right?
Just a normal wolf. He's like, Tavern, and turns into a wolf.
Okay, let me give you all the appropriate permissions to control that wolf. So it should have vision on that wolf too. Come back here, wolf.
Yeah, so the wolf will be over here.
Oh, you already have control of it. Cool. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, boy.
Okay.
Sick.
So that's your action. You change into that. You're now in wolf form.
There's nothing else I
Cal.
can do.
Cal, death saving throw, please.
Oh, no.
So that is bad news. What
That's
that
2 out of
means,
3, isn't it?
2 out of 3. So in other words, if it gets to Cal again, he's going to have a 50-50 chance of dying. 50-50. Scar.
Hal, stop throwing those ones.
So I hear the voices coming from that direction, yeah?
Oh,
Yep.
No,
I meant
you can hear.
see-
Yeah,
Oh,
you
sorry.
can probably hear where he's coming, where he is, right, Malcolm?
Yep, for sure.
So here.
And you can see the hole in the. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can see through the hole in the tent down here, so you could move like that, for example, if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's, I'd like to.
Okay, sure, well. You can take 6 steps for free, no problem.
Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, where is he?
Down here.
Is
Man.
it the Cal who's dying or the Tavern who's dying?
Cal.
Cal,
Oh, okay.
And you did hear Bugs saying, "Come and help Cal!" So you assume Bugs is next to Cal.
Yeah. So we'll go there. That's still not enough to get into.
Oh, you will notice that Bugs is dying as
Oh,
well.
okay.
Just not quite as badly as Cal.
Cal.
Really need to get to Cal though.
Medicine check.
Is there?
Man, I will point out that you could hear Bugs, and then Bugs could attempt to hear Cal because she's right next to him, or he's right next to him.
In terms of healing.
Yeah,
Oh, that shouldn't be- have to be his
and
best
he
bet.
has he has the next turn. Bugs has the next turn.
So what do you do, Scar?
That's the furthest Scar can move, am I right? Or
That is correct. You cannot get to Cal and cast a spell.
Cool. So, okay, he's going to have to... Oh, bugs. How much has he got left? 18. So he'll give bugs 8.
Okay. So Bugs is on 8 hit points. Got it? Okay. Bugs takes a deep breath. She is no longer dying.
And...
Skark! Help Cal! Help Cal!
Yeah, put a medicine... that's what Scar says to him. Put a medicine check on Cal with your bugs when you get a chance.
Okay.
Go fight that thing over there. Be right back.
Okay.
I think that's all he can do at this point. Yeah.
Okay.
And he's just he's reading himself. I know he can't logistically, but he's reading himself as best he can in case that creature comes towards them. He's gonna cover bugs and Cal.
Okay. So you cast Cure Wounds on Bugs. Bugs comes back to life. She's on
healing word. Not healing word. What do you call them? As
Lay on Hands.
Lay on Hands. That's what I want to say. Yeah.
Okay, so cool. Now I'm gonna see if Bugs. I don't think she has any healing spells. Oh, let's have a look. Have a look at her inventory.
No, she doesn't. She's she had like bless and stuff that she got from that other thing.
No healing potions? Oh, what if
No, we haven't picked up any healing potions.
Which is what lonely. Yes. Well, she's gonna take his Haragon paws. See, there's a massive wound on Cal. She's gonna try a medicine check. She puts her paws in and steals it up, and the good news is Cal is not dying. She has stemmed the bleeding, and you see Cal just lying on the ground, heavily breathing, but he is alive. Well, Bugs puts his hand on his wound. I got him, Scar! Get rid of this evil thing! I got him!
Good lad.
Okay, so... For the moment, Cal is okay, thanks to a 14 on a medicine check. Getting a bit dicey there, Cal, but you're good for the moment. Tarvin, this massive creature just roaring in your face. You see the blood of Bugs and Cal is on its claws and its face.
Tarvin winces. He's going to cast a spell as a bonus action, Zephyr Strike.
Yep, so advantage.
Yeah, run away without attack of opportunity.
And a D8, I believe. Or is it a D8?
Yes, but yeah, it is.
Okay.
But that's if I attack. So I'm just going to hop back and throw an Alchemist Fire Flask at him.
Oh.
Now long, that's just... Okay, I'm going to just say when he came up to you and roared and slashed at it, you see this massive wound, these arrows that you popped into its chest, and the arrows pop out of its chest, and the wounds where the arrows went start retreating a little bit and healing. But you're going to throw Alchemist Fire at him, okay? So you can throw it up to 20 feet. So make a ranged attack. So just shoot with your arrow, and we'll take that as your ranged attack.
Yeah.
Ooh. So the good news is that the fire catches. It lands on the creature, which is what the red dot, and fire starts covering the whole of the creature. Roll me 2d4, Tarvin. Because it usually does 1d4, but with your crit, it does 2d4. And you get a cheer for that.
Okay, there's one.
Does that light things up briefly? For Scar, I just want to, as a player, I just want to know if it lights it up briefly to see briefly where this thing is.
Does he get a 10-foot aura?
Yeah, he does. We should do that. And that's a good idea. I like that. So 5.
A Christmas tree.
Hey!
Now, I still get a little bit of movement, don't I? Right? Or is that?
Oh,
There you go. He's lit up on fire, giving off this red aura. Yeah, so all you've done is taken a 5-foot step and done an action. You still have movement left.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go behind the wolf.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's me. I don't have any more action, so yeah, that's me.
You're not sure, Malumak, if he is vulnerable to fire, but he definitely doesn't like this fire on him. He's very upset by that. Okay, Tarvin. So that was Tarvin, yep. It's on fire. Well, great move. I like it. Bugs. Bugs is first of all going to stand up. Put a hand on shoulder. It's okay, Cal. I got you. Sees no allies around him, but she's still going to shoot with her short bow anyway. Pulls back, takes a shot. Oh, no. Now, mind you, that should have been a disadvantage, but I can't do any lower than a 1. But the arrow almost hits a creature and then flies off into the wintry things. And she says, Cal, I'm not leaving you here. I will stay. Daya Shajaya.
Yes.
We've been calling out, and you might catch the red glow below the tent.
Okay, so I was going to do the perception, but I don't need to because I should be able to see the glow.
Yep, the damn thing's
Right.
on fire. Yeah, you can head over there, no problem.
How far am I allowed to move? Like the way around?
Let's have a look. Dire wolves, I think, are pretty fast. They can move 50 feet.
Okay, then I'm going to peek around the back here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my action.
That's
And
your
then
movement.
I can,
Mhm.
movement, sorry. And then I'm going to, just looking here, I'll have to bite him,
No, you bite him. Do it.
right? It's just,
So 16 hits. Wow, this dire wolf, man. So it does 14 points of damage as this thing is still rolling around on fire. And you pounce on it, try and bring this massive creature to the ground. Needs a strength saving throw DC 13. Ooh, it rolls a natural 2 on the dice. So you jump on top of it and you push it to the ground as it's writhing around on the ground, still on fire. It would be more like right there, though, Shajai. So this thing's on fire and it's on the ground. But did you help it stop, drop, and roll, Shajai? That is the question.
I could do wolf as well.
But regardless, you come in, you do a number on it. Well done. That's excellent. Okay.
as long as it's taken some of the, taken some of the sting out of it. Pardon the pun.
So it's its turn. It is on fire. So
It's
first
on
of
the
all,
ground.
it's on the ground. So who threw the alchemist fire? Is Malamak or Tarvin? Tarvin. Roll another d4. Is it still on fire?
Okay. Burn in hell.
The 3 damage.
The hell plane.
Marvin said something witty before he threw the alchemist fire at him too, but I can't remember what it was.
I use its actions. This is a tricky thing. Okay, it's going to attempt to put out the fire. Now I'm going to make this, someone roll with this for me. Okay, let's say, Cal, as you're not doing anything anyway, roll a d20 for me. On a 7 or below, wait a minute, no, let me get this math right, so DC 10 is an 8. You roll me a d20. On an 8 or above, it puts the fire out. A d20 on an 8 or above, it puts the fire out. And you rolled a 19, so thank you. So the fire is out.
You chose Cal on purpose.
It disappears for some of you. Okay, this thing starts dashing away from you, Shajara. It actually needs to stand up. It actually can't get that.
Yeah.
Doesn't actually get that far. But you can have attack of opportunity.
Want me to attack it again?
Yep.
I mean, sorry, can I attack it again? All right.
Yes, because it's running away from you, you like get a free attack at its back. So you can bite it again if you like.
Awesome. Okay.
But you don't get to move.
Oh, blast. Okay.
So you stay there, and it's running away from you.
Am I going to bite it if it's running away?
As it starts running away.
Okay.
So right now, you can try and take a free bite attack at him, and a 13 misses after all of that. So it turns its back to you, starts hitting, puts the fire out, looks around, and stands up, and moves away from you, Shajaya. Fortunately, didn't actually get to attack that turn. And we go back to Malamak.
Malamak is going to go 1, 2, and have a little munchy munch himself. I've lost my wolf thing. Have a little bite. Where's the bite one? There it is. Melee weapon attack. There we go.
17 hits.
Cool. And I do this amount of damage. And then you also have to roll a DC 11 strength check or be knocked prone.
DC 11 strength check. It rolls a 23, so it's fine.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Anyway, so I'm like, and I look up at, try and look for Direwolf Shajaya and go, "Hey, I can do what you can do."
Waggy tail, waggy tail.
Puppy dog eyes, this tiny little wolf.
Well, you did almost match damage on that one, so well done.
Yeah, I got max damage. Yeah.
Almost. It's 2d4 plus 2, so almost. But you jump on it, try and knock it to the ground. It doesn't get knocked to the ground. Cal, you're not dying, but you're not also unconscious, so that will be your turn. Scar, you see Bugs and Cal. Cal's unconscious. Bugs is looking fine. What do you do?
Okay, he'll move next to Cal. Give him 8 points of healing.
Okay, so Cal is up. Yes,
And
8 points. Okay.
He'll also drop his Alchemist Fire next to Bugs, because Scar knows that he's crap at throwing Alchemist Fire.
Okay.
Bugs might not be, and he says, if that thing comes any closer, light him up.
Okay. So that's your action.
Yeah, and then he'll move next to get as close to that thing as he can. So he'll search for it, I suppose.
Okay.
10, 15, 20, 25. Perfect.
Okay. All right. So the cure wounds goes into Cal. Cal stands up ready. I don't know. Well, he doesn't stand up actually, but he is alive at least.
Scar's using his shield.
Okay. Tarvin, what would you like to do? You don't have eyes on it.
From the sound, is it over here? Can I hear where it's coming from?
And you can see my wolf, can't you?
No.
You,
Can't see anything. Okay. I'll walk down to here. There we go. I can see it now. Okay, I'm going to fire a bow at it. I don't have any more fire, so it's just traditional bow and arrow.
okay.
Oh, rubbish.
Yeah, once again, it should be at a disadvantage, but a natural one's a natural one. So you get one of those as the arrow just whoosh, shoots away. So Tarvin just misses. Okay, Bugs. Bugs is going to get out an arrow and say, that's not how you do it. Tarvin, this is how you take a shot.
And
And
fire as well.
Got that alchemist fire.
He's
Well,
got
would it-
fire.
what do you want Bugs to do? Take a shot with sneak attack
Oh.
damage or throw the fire?
Oh, sneaky.
Yeah, snake.
Sneak attack damage, okay. It will be a disadvantage because of the wind. Mind you, it should be a disadvantage with the alchemist fire anyway.
Yeah.
So sneak attack. Okay, she's going to, once again, this is at disadvantage. She rolls a 15. It almost hits the creature, but then veers just at the last seconds and clatters away. A 15 misses. Cal, you're right. I'm going to try and get a better angle on this thing. And she dashes off down this way. Shajaya, the Dyer.
Shadaya.
Shajaya, the Dyer. What you got?
How far away is this troll? Is he gone?
You can just see the edge of it here. So if you took a step to
Yeah.
the south, you could attack it.
Okay. Well, I might as well do that because or at
Go ahead.
least try, because while I'm still in this form. I will take a step towards him.
And Malamak makes a good point. Because you have allies next to it, you have pack tactics, so you can do your bite at advantage.
Okay.
So take a step to the south. There you go. Now make a bite attack at advantage. And if you hold down, what is it? Roll again, Shajar. Because remember, this is advantage, and you get the
Yes,
best
yeah.
of the
I
two
always
rolls.
get confused with the
That's fine.
dice.
Now, the 17 hits, but it's always worth rolling again, because it might have been a natural 20. It's not a natural 20, but you do dig your claws into it, and you do 9 piercing. We'll do the first one. 9 piercing. And then just make a strength save as you pounce on it, and... Ooh, rolls, and... Oh, that's a direwolf. We're not rolling with a direwolf, rolling with a troll. The troll resists your attempt to push it down.
Oh,
So that's a shame.
guy.
What's also a shame is all you good little PCs gathering around this incredibly cold troll just feel the coldness just drip off this thing. And you'll take 7 points of damage. Now, I'll note, those who are cold resistance can only take 3.
You be close enough to take damage?
I'm going to say the wolf and the direwolf both take 7. Because
Oh, really? Our cold resistance doesn't transfer into it?
I don't think so, no. So you take
Okay.
7 points of damage, the wolf and the direwolf, and Scar and Tarvin as appropriate. And it looks around, no longer on fire.
Sorry, does Tarvin take damage?
Yep, 7 points.
Oh, okay. Because I'm not right next to it, but okay.
Yeah, close enough. Close
I
enough.
see. 7 damage.
And let's
Could
see
you just
this.
help me? As the direwolf, I get extra hit points. Do I add them now, or do I just?
So the direwolf has a separate pool of hit points to you.
Yeah.
So it starts with 37, and it took 7, so now it's on 30.
Okay.
Okay. Now, for example, if it took 40 points of damage now, 40, it would take 30, the form would vanish, and Shajai would take the balance, which would be 10 hit points.
Okay, I got
Okay.
it now. I just didn't know how to add it, but now I do.
Sure. So it's completely separate. So this is what makes druids very good for tanks. You can go up there and effectively use the dire hit points before they ever get to
Real help.
Shajai. Real hit points, yeah. Regardless, the creature sees these things around him. Sees Tarvin really affected by the cold. Just going to lash out. Just going to take a step there. Not leaving anybody's threat in range. Sees Tarvin looking rough. Just going to reach out a claw. And Tarvin, you duck underneath of the claw. It roars in frustration. Attacks you again with its claw. What's your AC?
16.
You see this creature reach over with its claw, sinking it into Tarvin's throat, holding it up to his full height, and then slamming Tarvin into the ground. And you see Tarvin, the white of his eye showing as he falls on the ground, prone, bleeding out and dying. You took a bunch of damage there. I'm
down to 0, am I? Or
You're
one?
down to 0. You're down to 0. Unless you can cope with 23 points of damage, which I don't think you could. Now he's got one bite attack left. He's not terribly smart, but he sees this wolf in front of him that's taken some damage from the cold. So it's going to reach out its maul and try and bite into the wolf, which he succeeds in doing. And does 17 points of damage. That's
13.
Do you have any cold resistance?
I have cold resistance in my normal form, but you said the wolf didn't have any cold resistance.
Okay, but it's still going to go down because it does 7 piercing. I tell you what, it's going to take 7 piercing. That'll make it go away, and you take the remaining 10 cold damage. So in other words, take 5 points of actual damage.
It actually takes away all my temporary hit points.
Oh, okay.
But I'm back as Mullamuck, because I had 8 hit points there. Yep.
Yeah. So this is what I was saying before, Leah. It killed his dire wolf, its hit points. So then the balance transferred to Mullamuck, which is why he's Mullamuck again.
Okay.
So the creature bites this wolf, and the wolf dies in its maw. Then all of a sudden, a half-orc appears and spits it out. Okay. Let me see. Do a bit of law rules lawyering here. No, you're not prone. Nope.
Right, cool.
Nope. You do see the wounds on this creature. These bite marks from the dire wolves and the wolf start closing up.
So the previous fire doesn't have a lasting impact.
Mm-hmm.
No, okay, cool. I'm so close. I've just got to. What am I going to do? I think we need to light him on fire, but I'm just a bit scared about that. All right, no, I'm going to I'm out of all spells, mate. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to shillelagh this dude. So that is my roll. I'm going to go shillelagh. And it turns it magical. It's 25.
Nice. So shillelagh helps out with your bonus action. You cast it on your quarterstaff?
Yeah, my little my rod. And 7 bludgeoning.
So yeah, with the shillelagh cast and vines and all sorts of nasty spiky things appear in your club. You take a whack at it, boom! It hits for 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
And there's no bonus action that I wish to do.
Okay,
So
cool.
I'm just going to stay there for the meantime. Yeah.
Okay, going toe to toe. Cal, a rough start to the night. You've had better night's sleep. You're prone on the ground. What do you wish to do?
Right, so I'd like to stand up and then do a little bit of move.
Okay, so it cost you 10 feet to stand up.
Yep. I'm going to move to there, and my action is going to be a dodge action. But I've also got Dwarven Fortitude, which will allow me to use one of my hit dice to recover a bit of hit point while that's going on.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that. Well, that was a good roll. No, what did 1d20 plus 4? What the hell?
So 11. That's above average.
Yeah, well, that is, but why is it plus 4 for that? Oh, it's plus 4 for that, but why was it a d20? It should have been it should have been a hit dice, which is only a d10 plus 4. I'll re-roll that.
See, we roll the d10.
What was that? 8 plus 4, 12.
Okay, nice.
9, 12, 21. Okay.
This
Yep,
was the
that's my
feat.
move.
This is a feat you took. I haven't seen this one
Yeah.
used before. So we take the dodge action equal to your con fighter fire. Oh, nice. Okay, so he sat there and reapply some dwarven band-aids, I guess, and yeah, you're good. Okay, Scar.
Okay, Scar will, without leaving this guy's thing, 5, 10. Can he move under that? Is that a tree?
Yep. I will point out that Tarvin's down and bleeding out, and in this creature's incredibly
I'm
cold.
coming around the long way without.
All right,
trying
okay.
to avoid an attack of opportunity. 5. So I say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yes. No attack of opportunity.
So you dance around the ice troll. Nice.
yeah. And I got 2 healing left. I have to give them both to Tarvin. 2 points of healing on Tarvin.
Okay.
He's yelling. Scar's yelling to Bugs. Shoot and then move to me. I need that blazing thing.
The alchemist fire. Okay, so Tarvin, you're no longer dying. Yeah, you're on 2 hit points though.
Scar's calling out for the alchemist fire. He wants to have the alchemist fire back. Made a mistake giving it away.
Okay.
Hit points. Nice.
So you're lying prone on the ground before this massive thing.
That's
What do you
all
do,
the healing
Tarvin?
I've got, guys. On my out.
The first thing I'm going to do is nick a potion of healing. Is that a
Okay.
bonus action? No.
To drink it yourself is a bonus action. To give it to someone else is an action.
I would think it myself.
Okay, so 2d4 plus 2.
There's some way you can like add that up, eh? Okay. So what's it? So 5 plus 2 is 7.
So we're on 9 hit points. So lying on the ground, glug, 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 glug.
I will now use the rest of my action to. Is that movement to stand up?
Half your movement. So
Okay.
15 feet to stand up.
But I now have an action, don't I?
You do?
Oh gosh.
You could use your action to disengage if you want.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yes, I can. I would disengage and then use the rest half of my movement to move back. Can I do that?
Well, actually, you can move, if you use the dash, action, you can move 15 feet now.
I'm just going to move back to the fire.
Okay. So you do a slight little shimmy, step around him, dash away to the fire, no attacks of opportunity. Bug says, Scar, I'll just smash the fire on him. It's fine.
Alright.
I got this. And he's
Close.
not
Not too
not
close.
going to throw it, but is going to get right up next to it to avoid the disadvantage.
Oh, that's
And let's see. Let's make this an interesting roll. 7, 9. Plus 9. So, Scar, roll me a d20. On a 9 or better, the alchemist fire hits. Roll me a d20, 9 or better, it hits. Ooh.
completely missed.
Ooh, worse yet, Bugs drops the alchemist fire and it breaks. And there's now no alchemist fire. And Bug says, shit! We need fire! Fire tends to affect it! Yep, that's what happens with a natural one. She literally drops it and it explodes. But you can take personal responsibility for that if you like, Albert. But,
What am I wrong? Does it damage?
No.
It's really,
No.
really disappointing.
Really disappointing. So not only does she miss, but she drops the alchemist fire and it breaks. It is now functionally useless.
Dang.
How you guys gonna... fire seems to be the thing that it doesn't like, but yeah. Shijaya.
Well, I guess I'll try to attack the thing. I've got this... One more time. I haven't got fire. Even if I did change back into Shijaya, so I'll just give this guy another bite.
Okay, at advantage. Because of pack tactics, yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh.
Roll again once more. You might get a crit. You don't, but that's fine. So first of all, 14 points of damage. And a strength saving throw. Rolls an 11, which is not enough. So you jump on it, knock it to the ground, which is great, as your teeth sink into it.
So it's prone on the ground now. Oh, cool.
It is prone on the ground. Okay.
Yeah.
And it will stand up.
Yeah.
Scar, Malamak, Bugsy, and the wolf. You can all take
Bad.
7 points of cold damage.
I take 3, is it? When it's
Yeah.
halved, not
Yeah.
it's halved.
Yeah, you round down. Bugs is literally on 1 hit point, but she does survive the blast of cold. Okay, so it stands up and you feel this coldness radiating off it again. Now, what does it see around you? It sees... I gotta do it. Bugs is out there bravely doing it. Yep, Bugs goes down. Troll just picks her up and throws her into the ground, and she bounces a little bit. You see blood leaking out her ears. Not good. Then, how's the direwolf looking there, Shijaya? What hit points is it on?
30.
30.
Yeah.
It's a little bit damaged, but not very damaged. Ooh. You see some wounds on the side of it heal up. It's something that happens. It's got Bugs down. It's going to go for Malamuck. So Malamuck, after picking up Bugs and throwing it to the ground with a sickening thud, it reaches back and tries to claw you right across the face, and it hits with a 26.
Sure does.
So you take 11 slashing and 11 cold.
That's 16 in total.
16, that would be correct. 16 damage.
Ouch!
And then it picks you up in its hand with its claw and brings you up to its mouth, tries to bite you, but you screw him out of the way and drop to the ground. The bite attack misses. And the troll, let me see, what would I do if I was a troll? Bugs is dead. Cal is coming back. Doesn't like its odds. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Malamak and Scar, you can have an attack of opportunity.
Does the direwolf get one as well?
Ah, yes, and Shijaya. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about Shijaya. But Shijaya, Scar, and Malamak take an attack. So try and bite him if you want.
Yeah, if you bite him, then he goes prone.
If she hits, which she doesn't.
Ah, bugger. Yeah, exactly.
Scar misses too.
Where's my
I've rolled
shillelagh?
a 3, a 1, and a 3.
Here we go. How's that
So,
one? 16!
16. That does hit just. So
Shillelagh!
your shillelagh comes through. Nice. 5 bludgeoning. So Scar, you try and hit him across the back. He dodges it easily. The wolf tries to bite it, misses. And here the troll just... But then Malamak slashes it across the back with the shillelagh. And that hurt. And he winces as it sinks into him. Malamak, what do you do? You saw him heading off to the west.
Yeah, I saw that. So I'm going to go down 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go down 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like that way. I'm going to go across 1. Oh, where is he? He had to stand
can you
up.
see him, mate?
Like, he wouldn't have been able to move that far away, right, Malcolm?
You're
I
right.
just saw he was moving that
Yeah,
direction.
sorry.
There we
mate.
go.
I was like, yeah, so I can see him from there. I'm going to produce a flame and then throw it at him, if at all possible. Using my cantrip.
Using produce flame, you can certainly try.
Yeah, and I get a disadvantage on its spell attack, right?
Because of the wind. Yep.
Because of the wind.
Mm-hmm.
So where is it? It's control, isn't it? There we go. I'll flick that. How did that go? An 8.
So the
I threw a
fire
flame.
shoots out. Does that do fire damage? If it hits?
Certainly does do. If it hits, it does fire damage. Absolutely.
It does not
But
hit
it missed.
though. It
No.
missed. All right. So you tried to fire at him, but it doesn't work.
I'm
Cal!
going to go.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna back off 1 for a movement as well, just because I remember that aura. Cool.
Sure. Okay, that's fine. Doesn't have the reach to get you there. So
No, it's
Yeah.
backing up there actually. Sorry, rather than that way.
sure. So you
Leave
fire
the
at it,
child run.
misses, and you retreat. Doesn't swing at you. Cal.
So I'm going to move the. Oh, can I grab me? Yep. 1, 2, 3,
Down as
4,
well.
5. 5. There we are. I'm down next to bugs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and return the favour of the medicine check, although that's not really my strength.
Okay.
on Bugs.
Okay, make a medicine check. DC 10. And bugs continue to bleed out. She hasn't got to her death saving throws yet, but it's soon. Yeah, she try and stop the bleeding, but the damage is just far too much. You can try again, of course, when it comes back to your turn. But for now, Bugs is still dying. Scar.
Disengage to there. And fire a spell at him, see if it works.
If you disengage, that's your action.
Oh, is that an action? I thought it was a move action, sorry.
No, you don't get to run away for free.
Okay. I will, in that case, I'll just take a stab at this. See
Okay.
if it works. And he will cast a Sacred Flame at him.
Okay, cool.
He's
Disadvantage.
gonna make a dex. He
Oh.
just makes a dex save.
Oh, Sacred Flame.
I ain't rolling, I'm rolling like pants.
Oh, that natural one for that. So you're casting Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame. So I'm
What
not sure
type
if
of-
it'll work as a flame.
Let's have a look. Well, Sacred Flame, we can display it over here.
Radiant damage.
Radiant damage. Well, we'll
It's
see.
not flame damage as such, is it?
Nope, it's not
Okay,
flame.
it's D8.
Okay, so dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
And what's the spell DC?
13.
13. Okay, so 13 dexterity saving throw. Ooh, rolls a 1 on that.
Double damage? No. Okay, here comes a mighty D8 at him then.
Okay,
Wow,
so
I roll
6.
higher on a D8 than a D20. I'm going to just roll a D8 from now on.
So the radiant sacred flame does get him and it burns across his back. Is it going to stop him healing though? Ooh, you don't know.
Yeah.
You know, fire works. Radiant? Don't know. You'll find out. Okay, but you cast Sacred Flame on him. He recoils back from it. Didn't like it at all. Okay, so that's your turn. Tarvin.
Okay. I'm going to find the creature. I see him. There he is. So I walk to here and fire a bow in the back of an arrow in the back of his head. Okay.
Okay, try. Is at disadvantage. So pulling back the arrow, taking a shot. Oh, that hits it. And cries out in pain. Roll damage. 8 points of piercing damage. Got it. Okay, starting to look a little rough. Still got some life in him yet. Is that your turn, Tarvin?
I'll just move back to there.
Okay, so you come up, shoot it in the back. The wind this time doesn't take your arrow. It roars out in pain. Does 8 points of damage. Bugs. Bugs. I'm going to do it to you, Albert. Roll me a d20.
20.
I mean, this is your daughter. You're going to need to take responsibility. And this is your daughter, man. What the hell are you doing?
I haven't rolled over 5 on a d20 yet.
Okay, so that's one failure for Bugs. She is dying. Shajaya.
Where is this guy? Far away?
You saw him heading to the west. And you have 50 feet, don't forget. So that's 5 feet.
Move past us. Yeah.
Yeah, so somewhere this way.
Every time I attack him, he takes damage on everyone around him. Is that right?
Every time you attack him...
Yeah.
Every time he has a turn.
Yeah, every time he starts his turn, everybody around him is taking cold damage. So who is it? Not sure. Probably definitely you and Scar. Maybe other people. I will let you know.
Oh, where's Bugs? How far away?
I'll
Bugs
sort out Bugs.
He's
Okay.
well away.
Right.
Yeah, he's far away from you.
Okay. Right. Oh, she'll bite him.
Okay, once again, at advantage. The 18 hits.
Oh
so
no.
8 points of damage. Okay, it's starting to look very rough. And a strength saving throw. You jump up and rip a part of his throat. And he starts bleeding out, but he pushes you off. He does not go prone. But then this cold aura erupts from him once again. And it's only Shajaya and Scar. So 7 points of damage. And you can half that, of course, Scar, to 3 points of damage. So it's not prone.
Oh, can use the last of his temporary.
There we go.
Oh, he's got 1 point left. Yeah, I'll take him back up.
So, sees the wolf. No, it's going to go for the wolf. So your AC at the moment is 14. Let me do all this at once, and I'll tell you the net effect. 11 plus 5, 20, 25, 25. Oh, wow. 25, 35.
Oh my god. Oh, the trolls exploded though.
This troll does not explode.
Dang.
Strangely enough. But what you see it doing is it reaches forward, digs 2 claws both into the wolf's form's hands, pick up the wolf, grab the wolf's head, and just rips off the wolf's head, doing a total of 51 points of damage, including a critical hit.
Holy crap.
Whoa.
So
So my good rolls are going.
So Shajaya, what's your wolf hit? It's on 30, you said?
I'm on 23 now.
You're personally on 23. Okay, cool.
Oh, so, yeah, as the dire wolf, but as Shazai.
Oh.
Yeah.
So because it does 51, and And you said how much is a dire wolf on?
23.
23. So the wolf takes the 23, and you personally, Shajar, take 28 points of damage. And your dire wolf form drops, and you're back over here now, taking 24 points of damage. I imagine you're looking pretty rough.
Yes.
Yeah, so this was...
8 points, did you say?
Yeah, you personally take 28 points of damage. So you're probably on,
Okay.
what, 4 hit points now?
Yeah.
Okay, that was the attack for the ages. And then... wasn't prone.
Is that a
1,
double
2,
crit?
3, 4, 5, 6. It was a crit with the bite, which does extra more damage, and 2 normal hits with the claws. It takes off. Shajar, Scar, you can take attacks of opportunity if you like. But Shajar, this is just in your human form, of course, Shajar, or your elf form.
Really?
Here comes a crit. Ish.
If he's
Oh,
That hits Scar.
Cool. And he'll do his damage. 6 plus 4 is 10.
10 points of damage. Okay. Now, Shajar, would you like... All you could really do now is take a punch at this creature. Do you want to try and punch it?
not
Do you not-
really.
Punch in the
He
face.
might take me out. Okay.
There's
If I
no
take it.
disadvantage to trying to do
No.
it.
yeah.
Okay.
There's no cost to it.
Yeah, so do your unarmed
That-
strike.
Yeah, okay.
And if you hit, I'll tell you how much damage you do hit it. Gonna
Yes.
punch it right in the back, and you do 1 point of damage.
1 point of damage.
Yeah. Unarmed
Is
strikes.
it dead? Is it dead?
No, it's not dead, unfortunately. Yeah, unarmed strike does 1 point of damage plus your strength modifier. And your strength modifier is 0, so it's 1 point of damage. Okay, but you see it taking off. Oh, some of you see that. What does Malamak do?
I've got to, she's a 1 away from dying when she's not even playing. So I'm going to go 1, 2 here and do a medicine check on her.
Okay.
On bugs.
DC 10 medicine check. Oh,
Natural 20.
I don't think that matters.
I know, but
I know,
it's still
but
nice.
she's not dying. Because you roll a natural 20 on a death saving throw, you get 1 hit point back, but not for this. So Bugs is not dying, but is unconscious.
He's
Okay.
feeling the Oyumanasok.
There we go. Cal.
That's 1, 2. Can I just do my movement? I'm going to do
Yeah.
3, 4, 5. I can't see him. I'm going to go down to here, 6. Okay.
You don't see it? Nope. Okay, nice. So Bugs is alive. That was Malamak. Cal.
Well, I can't see from where I am, so I'm moving westward, which was the last position that I knew it. So I'm going to move... Oh, well, that's where Shajaya is. So that's 25 to there, I believe. As Shajaya looking pretty... And then I will again take the dodge maneuver to use the second of my hit dice.
Okay.
So that's again E10 plus 4. Or, no, 4. Where are we? Where's my constitution? Plus 4.
Okay.
Where are we?
Oh, so
Cal,
this is...
can you see the troll from there?
No.
So this is limited by the amount of hit dice that you have, right? You can't...
Well, probably, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Just thinking that's a bit OP, because you can do it indefinitely. But if it's limited by that, that's perfect. Okay, so use your Dwarven Fortitude to patch up your ins and your dodging as well, so any attacks against you will be at disadvantage. Scar.
Okay, he'll 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's just looking for this thing.
Hello.
Oh, you found it. Oh, shit. Sorry, I want to go. Did he see him from there? Oh, yeah, he would have seen him from that area, which is where he would have stopped.
Okay.
So he'll, fire another one of those
Sacred Flames.
Sacred Flames at him.
Okay, so
13.
dexterity 13. He rolls a 16. So unfortunately, with cantrips like that, it's either save or suck. It's not half damage. It just plain old misses.
Yeah.
So the Sacred Flame shoots out from...
Did that other did Scar notice the other wound healing up from his flame?
Let's see. Yes, it did heal. Sacred Flame apparently is not the right type of damage. Okay. Okay, Tarvin.
Okay. Can't see anything. I can see Cal and Shazai, so I'm just gonna. That's 10.
Well, you might have seen a burst of light down here.
Footprints. There's footprints.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can see him now. I'm gonna fire an arrow at disadvantage.
Okay, take your shot. So pulling back on the drawstring. Just clunks into the tree right next to it. No damage done.
Yeah, okay, stay there.
Okay. Bugs is going to stand up. I feel like... Oh, no, she's not going to stand up. No, she's not going to stand up. She's just not dying.
Lie there for a while.
Yeah, okay. Shajaya.
Yes.
Plain old Shajaya.
Yeah. How far away is this way?
Oh, you can't see it?
You might have seen a burst of light coming from where Scar is. Well, I know you can't see where Scar is, but...
You know, somewhere to the west.
How far... Sorry, I'm allowed to move 50 feet?
30 feet, so 6 squares. 6
Feet?
squares.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going to move there, and then I'm going... Can I... Can I still use my longbow?
If you take a step back, you could... when you have a longbow, if you're right next to it, you take disadvantage, but it's disadvantage anyway from the snow.
Okay.
But Scar is pointing out the cold aura. But you could take a shot from there for sure.
I don't have any spells that don't affect everybody.
Okay, cool.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. So I will take a longbow shot instead.
Okay. At disadvantage. Yeah. Oh, yeah, just once again, this tree is taking a lot of arrows, so unfortunately, doesn't miss. But you feel...
Next time.
that tree, though, that tree is getting wrecked. Scar and Tarvin take 4 points of damage, halved of your cold resistance. And oh man, it's trying to run away. You guys are chasing it. No, it's going to keep on running. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it starts there. It's 20 feet. Can run 60 feet. Actually, what we'll do, I'll do it this way. Just shifting the map a little bit. Everybody's shuffling that side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. So it gets all the way to there, or wherever there is. So yeah, Malamak. Does it take any attacks? Malamak.
Yeah, because I'm going to go. Can I pretend that tree doesn't exist? That's in my field of vision, if that makes sense.
I think we should let it go, mate. We shouldn't get too
This
far
one?
from the camp.
And I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't see it. Up to Scar. 6. I've got nothing else I can do, so I'm just going to hang out.
Is anybody chasing after the troll?
Scar's suggesting we don't, but I'm not gonna.
Bugs
Normally
is indifferent.
Would be totally for chasing this troll down. but I just don't think alone I can do enough damage to kill him before he heals.
Yep.
Okay, so sounds like you guys are not chasing it.
Giving up.
We don't have any fire.
Okay.
Will he
What is
come
it?
back though?
What was that you're
Might
saying,
do.
Scar? What was that you're saying?
We'll go back to the fire.
isn't it?
I mean, you guys said
My
you weren't.
understanding was the fire had gone out.
flickering.
Maybe. I'm saying since you said it's going, I've got you out of initiative order. But this blizzard is still raging. But the troll, it seems, has left you alone.
Shajaya, do you have any healing left to give a boost to Bugsy?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, can you give Bugsy a little pick me up, please, if that's okay.
It's cure wounds.
Yeah.
You could do it at second level if you wanted to, Shajaya. Which will use a second level spell
okay.
slot, but it'll
Yeah.
do more healing.
Do that.
Do you have enough to heal yourself as well?
Yeah, heal yourself as well.
How do I heal myself?
Or you can cast
Like
Cure Light
your-
Wounds on yourself.
Okay. I can use it more than once.
We're
Well,
out of
notice-
initiative.
Yeah, you can do it you can do it as many times as you have spell slots. So notice first level, you have
Okay,
two
so yeah.
first level slots, and
Got one
and
left.
that's your second level slot gone. So that's 12 hit points to you, Shajara. And you can technically cast it 2 more times at first level if you wanted to.
Okay. So I will give myself 12 points.
Mm-hmm.
Then some to Bugsy on the second level as well. And then do I get that back
No.
next game?
No, you can't cast it at second level because you've used all your second level slots. You can only cast second level spells 3 times a day, and that's the 3rd time you cast it. So notice on your first level spells, you cast
I
two
know,
first
yeah,
level
I know
spells.
that. It's just here I've only used 2 on my
I think
level.
1 from the previous adventure, I think. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But you can cast it twice at first level. It's almost the same.
Okay, that's what I'll do then.
Okay, who's
Or-
this for? So you
Bugs.
get Bugs. So Bugs gets another 9. Okay. Bugs is looking a lot better. And you got one
Should
more,
have
and
played.
you will get it. You will get it back after your long rest.
Okay.
So who's that for?
Who was that coughing? I didn't quite hear that.
It would be Tarvin.
Oven. That will be for
Yeah.
Oven. Oven needs some 8
Yeah, they'll pick me up.
healing. Yeah.
But we are
7
gonna.
points. 7 points for Tarvin and 1 for Slard.
Got to keep that thing alive.
Okay, thank you. I needed that.
So what do you guys do?
Didn't even kill that thing.
Are we able to take a short rest before we take a long rest? Is that mechanically, are we able to do that?
Yeah, if you like.
Or like just because with a short rest we can roll our hit dice things and get some hit points if it does return? If that makes sense?
It's not coming back this night anyway.
Okay, cool.
So we
sweet.
won't,
Well, in
won't
which
worry about
case, let's take a long rest then.
it. Okay, the good news is
Really?
you do successfully get a long rest in now.
Oh, yay!
And even better, the blizzard passed as well.
Oh,
So
phew.
everybody take a long rest. This will get your hit points back. This will get your spell slots back. And the easiest way to do it in D&D Beyond is just click on the long rest button at the top. And that'll reset all your spell slots, get your hit points back. But it will not set your manual temporary hit points. So don't forget, you all have 10 temporary hit points.
10 temporary hit points. So,
And the blessing of the Morning Lord. So don't. So
So it
just
goes
Do
up
we
to
get
10.
it? Do we get it each morning?
every morning. Yep.
Every morning. Nice.
Okay, cool.
Yep, Blessing of the Morning Lord. 10 hit points at the start of every day.
Very good.
Okay.
Oh, I feel better.
Yay.
Trying to remember, I thought of changing one of my spells out. I'll be doing that while we're talking. I'll remember it.
So I gave Shajaya a long rest for you, Leah, so you're all set now.
Great, thanks.
I noticed all your first level and second level spells, no slots have been expended.
Okay, do I have to refresh my character sheet to see that?
Oh yeah, probably. I did it for you, so just give it a refresh. You should see your
Okay.
maximum hit points and all spell slots back.
Okay. It is a lot to learn, isn't it?
It is.
If it is
But-
moving.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
not just learning the rules, you're learning a system and template.
Yeah.
but the good thing about this is I and other people know the rules. So that the thing you see is I want to do this, and we tell you what to do, right? So you don't actually need to learn that much. Now, this would be something pointing out by the members of the Brickhead tribes is once you get outside of the 10 towns, things get a lot more dangerous, which is evident. This ice troll would definitely never be along the pathways between the towns. It might raid the town if it gets extra hungry, but you do know they're wandering out in these plains all around here. Dangerous areas.
Do we know, Malcolm, just the player talking, do we know if like the southern area is worse than the north area or vice versa?
You would know as a character anywhere outside of the 10 towns.
Okay.
I mean, the 10 towns they're settled there for a reason because it's safe. But once you get out into the plains, it's all bad news. Okay.
Okay. That's good.
What would the Order of the Beak like to do?
Let's go to the Lonely Wood.
Have a milk at the Lonely Wood.
Some more.
There's milk.
Bend our Skrilla on some potions. So that
Okay.
we can all heal each other if we need.
We want to talk to that lady as well, eh?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So you follow the river along, and it takes you most of the day, not quite all of the day, and you eventually come to the streets of Lonelywood. Now you'll notice just as you're approaching how incredibly tiny this town is. At a guess, maybe 100 people live here. Let me just get a marker so I can show you where you are. And you arrive, we'll say down here. What would you like to do? You're in town? You see the odd people wandering around. By this stage, you see several fishermen coming in from the lake carrying various amounts of knucklehead trout. And you will notice also on the outskirts of town, there's like a crude wooden frame with 3 fully grown knucklehead trout just lying out there in the open.
I imagine that's their sacrifice that this town makes to Oriel.
Yeah, so watch out for knucklehead trout with lights for faces. That will take us.
Cold like
Yeah,
trout.
look around.
Light swimmers. Cold light swimmers.
There we go.
So, if I remember correctly, there was a potion making. The speaker of this town was a potion making guru that we were seeking out from one of our earlier rumors, whose name is now eluding me.
Yeah,
There it is.
halfling. Yeah,
Halfling.
Huddle.
Mimsy, where the borrow
Okay.
grow.
Shall we go knock on the speaker's
There's a
door?
big house over here. Shall we check it out?
Okay, so you head over to what is... You see a crude wooden sign being painted. It says Speaker Nimsy Huddle Town Speaker. And strangely enough, it says all welcome, which is not the usual, you've usually been shouted at and driven out of town. But this is the nicest sign you've seen in your entire travels across the 10 towns. It says all welcome. So you knock on the door, and you hear it sounds like a rhinoceros or a herd of hippos come down. You hear a voice, no, don't, just slow down. You're going to stop, you're going to break your neck. And the door swings open, and 3 small halfling children, they're confident to open the door, but then they just look up at you and stare.
G'day, mate. Is your mum home?
Hello? Mom!
What is this?
Mom? And just starts crying and crying and crying and runs upstairs.
Maybe you look too scary, Dragonborn. This half-orc will try it. Hello, is your mum home? Is your mum home? Shut up! Is your mum home?
And he runs up.
Get a hold of yourself.
Sonny, speak to him.
Then all the kids start running up the stairs crying. And you're wondering what the hell's going on. But then this lady comes out. She's wearing a big apron, looks as if it's covered in flour. She looks old for a halfling. She's got graying hair. Big happy face though. And she comes down and says, yes, I'm the speaker here. How can I help you?
How?
You're no Nimsy Huddle.
Look. Just come inside. Get out of the cold. You'll catch the death of you. Come inside. And she closes the door behind you.
Stay outside, he scares the kids.
No, I heard what's going on. It's not your appearance. We get all sorts here. You see, I'm their grandmother. I'm not their mother. I'm their grandmother. And their mother recently passed away. So it's fallen on me to take care of these grandchildren. None of them are my children, but they're all my grandchildren. But their parents, unfortunately, haven't survived this winter. So it's not your appearance. It's just
Awkward.
just assuming, mother's a touchy subset. But anyway, come inside from the warm. All of you, come on. And
I'm in.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yep, but Tarvin comes in.
Okay, so you come inside.
Mm-hmm. Sorry. Yeah, you can go.
Well, she just comes inside. It's a lot warmer in here. There's a million children running around and laughing. Some of them are in the corner and sulking and kind of staring back at the people that have scared you. But it's nice in here. Got a nice homely atmosphere. Kids are climbing on the furniture. There's about 12 of them. It's hard to count because some of them are bouncing, some of them are crying, some of them are punching, some of them are doing all sorts of things as children do. So, what can I help you with? I'm Speaker Nimsy Huddle. What can I help you with?
Oh, we are the Order of the Beak, and we've been on a mission, adventuring around the place. We've heard tell of your expertise in potion making. We're wondering if you had some for sale.
I have 2 healing potions at the moment. You know what? I have some business to discuss with you. But are you hungry?
We are.
Oh, could do with a glass of milk, I'll tell you that much.
Knuckle-headed trout.
Whoa, no! This is a bit of my speciality. And you can't help but notice when you walk in the room, there's this warm smell of baking, that sweet scent that you get from baking. And you reach into a wooden, wood-powered oven, and she brings out this plate of cookies. And they're all shaped like little halflings, I guess, little halfling-shaped biscuits. So, some things maybe you can help me with. But anyway, have a cookie. Who wants a cookie? You. And she goes on to Shajar. You look too skinny. You should have 2, my dear. Have 2 cookies.
Cookies, yes. Squid trout, no thank you.
Help yourself. Put some skin on your bones, lass. You're too skinny. And she starts handing out cookies. Does everybody take a cookie?
I will
Yes,
have
I
a
will.
look.
I trust this woman.
Mullamak eats
They
it
safe
big time.
cookies?
We don't know.
Here we go.
Mullamak eats them.
So you all gobble down the cookies. And can you all make me Constitution saving throws, please? I'm kidding. They're perfectly fine. They're delicious. Since they're just out of the oven, they warm you up from the inside. It is another pleasant experience. So what are you seeking out? Just you interested in my potions?
We had also hoped to hear rumours. We have found a druid in the north who's told us that we might find the Dark Duchess, a abandoned boat somewhere in the moving sea, the icy sea.
Why on earth would you want to go to a broken shipwreck? Are you just treasure seekers?
These treasures might help us to defeat Oriel's evil plans of bringing this endless winter down upon us.
Are you serious? You plan to stop the winter?
Absolutely serious.
Oh. Well, I'm glad I baked you cookies then.
We need to restore balance to these lands. The people and the wildlife have suffered too much. Not in that order. Wildlife first.
Well, there is a little... I know there are big problems in the world, like this endless winter, which has been going on for far too long, but I have some problems myself as a speaker. Might I bend your ear about one of my own problems? Maybe I could throw in these potions for free if you do it for me?
Listening? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you see, not many of the 10 towns think much about Lonelywood. Just a small, quiet town, and we make our living by fishing the lake as best we can, using, drill a hole in the ice and try our best. But we're also very dependent on logging with this forest around us. But unfortunately, our loggers have been terrorized by a white moose, if you can believe that. And this beast have eluded the hunters we've sent to kill it. Now, we depend on the forest for our survival. Now, I wouldn't be a very good townspeople if I let a dumb moose get the better of us. So if you could deal with this moose and sort of open up our loggers again, keep us a little bit warmer in the summer, allow me to bake more cookies. What do you say?
Does the animal need to die?
Well, logging needs to resume. Put it that way. If you could drive the beast off,
So what's it doing to the loggers? Is it killing them?
it's killing them.
That doesn't sound like normal behavior for a moose.
I mean, we had one hunter who returned to town. Unfortunately, he didn't survive the night. He was covered and he claimed to be gored by the moose. But he said the moose was covered in blood even before it attacked him. So it's not...
I talked to Scar under my... trying to keep it quiet. But I say, I feel we should talk to this animal first.
Well, you would know, Jordan. Right then.
Maybe we should get involved too. Maybe we should get involved just to prevent the killing of a potentially innocent animal. If, however, this animal is possessed, perhaps it is our best interest to restore balance to this area by removing the moose.
One says, Worst case scenario, it has been a long time since he ate moose meat anyway. So
Well, I mean, they're plainly, yeah, I've seen many a moose in my time, and they'll run, and they'll only attack if threatened. But according to this hunter who survived but then died, this thing actively seeked him out. It was a hunter. Usually moose are the hunted, but it became the hunter.
A white moose sounds like something extraordinary. Is there anybody who might know any old legends around here?
Well, we've seen white mooses before, and they were peaceful enough.
Oh,
Just different coloured, so I mean, it is unusual to see a white moose, but it's very unusual to be attacked by a white moose.
from being covered in blood and being white, of course, would you say no other distinguishing features? Wasn't larger than a normal moose, was it?
It's moose-sized. Keep in mind, moose are huge creatures, bigger than a horse.
Okay, and these attacks, when the moose attack, was it at day or nighttime?
Oh, all times, nothing particular.
So a white moose that doesn't sleep.
had the loggers started cutting into new areas or nothing like that?
Nothing out of the usual. As I say, it seems to be actively hunting our hunters.
Is it only the hunters that have been targeted, or have other, like the woodsmen, have they been targeted as well?
Oh, sorry. Anybody in the woods, which is usually the loggers. They've taken to taking along protection with them, but even they're scared to go out now. We've actively sent hunters out to hunt the moose. Only one came back, as I said, but he died in the night. And now the loggers are just terrified to go out, which is really, well, if nothing else, it's making Lonely Wood very cold. And any excess wood would normally send it down to Tourmaline as far south as Targos, so they'll be getting annoyed as well that their wood's not arriving.
Well, we will try to see what we can do to restore the logging trade to make the tin town stronger.
Ah, bless you.
Would you recommend we wait the night and then go the following day?
Perhaps there's is there also somebody in town who could take us to the last point? The local ranger, anything like that?
Well, the last point of attack was the guy who died, and he wasn't living it up. He wasn't talking because he was dead.
Where did you find his body?
No, he survived the moose attack, came back to town, told us what happened to him, but unfortunately he didn't survive the night.
Say where it happened.
What was that, sorry?
He didn't say where it happened.
No, he did not.
Or maybe somebody in town could show us where that place is.
Well, he just wandered out of the forest.
To the north?
East.
East.
Let's put you across to the big map. Yeah. So she's saying, somewhere in here. I don't know if any of you guys are good trackers or not, but that could be a start.
I suppose that's all.
I think there's a couple of us who can track things. And he looks over at Tarvin,
Yes.
smiling.
I just need some moose bait as well. What do moose eat?
They eat hunters. Haven't you heard her? You need to take a hunter as a
Wait a
bait.
minute. I'll see what's happening here. Okay. Any other notable places around town before we set off on our journey? Speaking to the speaker.
Sorry, I feel slightly ashamed living in Canada, not knowing what a moose eats. But they're vegetarian. There's leaves, plants.
Vegetarian, they'll go for the little the things that are under the ice. They can actually dig those out.
Yeah, I see a little children's picture here. Roots, bark, leaves, water plants, shoots of plants, and twigs. That's what they eat.
And hunters.
And hunters, yes.
And they are larger than your average SUV.
And
Yes.
Mark, you can saw their antlers off and put them on your helmet.
Good luck with
Can
that.
Yucca, yucca, yucca. Okay. No sense of humor.
Yeah, moose are huge. They stand
Yeah, I
taller
know.
than a human. Yeah.
I was just trying to, make Malamak irate.
Yeah.
Yeah. No moose where I live in Canada, though. But
Real question is it mooses or meese?
It's not either. Just moose.
Moose.
Today's moose in Canadian French.
Single moose, single moose.
I think it's like sheep. The plural of
Chocolate.
moose is moose. Right, the plural of sheep
Chocolate
is sheep.
moose. Chocolate
Me.
moose.
La moose and
One moose, two moose. Ah,
A moose bush.
All right, so you reckon we should go out and try and solve the moose problem, so we can get a couple of
Healing potions.
healing potions. Then I assume that's either the Ramshackle Lucky Liar or Happy Scrimshander,
Stay the
like
night.
Evans or something rather, where we might be able to pick up hints or rumors about where that boat might be.
And the moose.
You
Yeah.
think that's the plan?
Well, don't go to the Lucky Liar, lads. That's and lasses. That's been closed down now. No one actually owns the Lucky Liar. And the Happy Scrimshander. That's just wait, I'm getting it confused. The Happy Scrimshander will sell you Scrimshander supplies. So, not sure if you're into that type of stuff. The Lucky Liar is in fact opened. I got it backwards. You could go to the Lucky Liar if you like. There's no beds there to sleep on. And then there's a closed inn down here. This is an inn. It's got all the buildings and everything, but it's effectively closed down.
Inns are closed.
So where can we stay the night?
Huh.
Where can we sleep?
I've got some spare blankets if you'd like. You don't mind sleeping on the floor.
I think I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, we
this
don't-
is the most warmth I've felt since I've last been at the House of the Morning Lord.
I'll just also wonder if you have any more cookies.
I'll have some for you first thing in the morning. How's that?
Thank you. And Malcolm, just to is Scrimshander, is that anything like Scrimshaw?
Yeah, yeah. I think a Scrimshander is someone who makes Scrimshaw.
Make
Yeah,
lots of
Let's
sense.
scrimshaw.
Okay.
Is that it?
Well,
Carved bones, like
Yeah.
bones and tusks and stuff.
they may know something about the Scrimshaw that I'm looking for.
They make it for you.
Well, only. I think it's a very particular one that he's after.
Yeah.
A magic one, no doubt.
All right.
But he may have heard rumours if he's interested in that kind of field.
Okay, well, let's say you rest up for the night. You're long rested anyway, but you spend a peaceful night inside of Speaking Nimsy's living room. She gets out blankets and pillows as best you can.
I'm going to change one of my spells as well, though.
Sure.
Now, knowing what we're doing. Cool.
Lots
Yeah.
of moonbeam. More moonbeam.
No, I know. And I'm just, guys, I think I might know how to find this animal. I've got a spell
have-
called Locate Animal.
Also,
Really?
is there a speak with animal? Has any of you got that?
I've got Speak with
I've
Animal
got
as
that.
well.
I've got speak with animals.
I also have that, but I don't have it right now. You could swap in your troll kill spell. Too.
You don't forget at the
Look,
start
yeah,
of every
it's
morning. At the start of every morning, Leah, you can change your spells. You're not stuck with those spells. You can change it to different spells if you want to.
Oh, well,
Can I? No, I
didn't
can't.
know that.
So if you go to your spells, the spells tab, and then you click on manage spells,
Yeah.
and then you click on known spells,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Okay.
So you
Before
can-
every game, I could change them.
Yep, technically every long rest.
Every long rest.
Yeah.
Every long rest. All right.
So might something
So
you want
look,
to
that's cool.
look out over the week. Just go through all your spells and, you know.
It's a shame I didn't. There's some cool ones there involving fire that would have potentially
would have.
assisting out that troll.
That's kind of the hindsight things, right? Oh, I'll let you know some of the
It could've
common
come-
ones. Some of the common ones. Spike growth is an interesting one. You put a 20-foot radius on the ground and then people will walk across it. Oh, you've used that one before. Somebody used it before.
Yeah,
That's
we
this
did
one.
it in the tunnel, and it gets. Yeah.
Pass without a trace is one that makes you extra sneaky. Everybody gets +10 to their stealth rolls. I think you've used that one before. I'm repeating myself. Hold person can be useful. It kind of paralyzes somebody so they can't move.
Has anybody fired off an entangle yet?
I
I haven't.
don't think you have.
Those are tasty.
It's friendly fire though, can be annoying.
Yeah, but yeah.
Enlarge
read through
and
them.
reduce could be good. You increases somebody's size and they get extra damage because they're so big.
Well, that's a good one.
Bark skin is a defensive one. It gives you extra armor, make you harder to hit.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
What else? Healing word is a good one because you can
Okay.
say from a distance, heal! And they heal just a little bit, but it would have saved bugs, for example. You don't need to be next to someone dying.
It's also
Yeah,
a
that
bonus
is a good
action.
one.
Bonus action. I think so long as we have a couple of healing spells with both of us.
And is
that's
it a
what
bonus
it's called.
action, did you say?
It's a
Healing
bonus
word is
action,
bonus.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you can,
I
in
think any
theory,
of the flame ones too are good in the snow, the ice. You know, any
Yes,
of
no.
those ones.
There's a lot of
Looked up
creatures
if
out
I
there
could
that seem to
turn
be-
into a moose, but I can't.
That's a
Once
shame.
I
we
could
see-
turn into a
If we
moose.
see this moose though, and it gets up, and you go up levels, you'll be able to turn into a moose one day.
yep,
Because
but not.
any animal that we see that's within the right CR, you can actually end up turning into it. So when I turned
Ah.
into that, I can turn into a warhorse now because you've been a warhorse before, but I can't turn into a
Ah.
direwolf because I can't get
Okay.
big enough.
Yeah, that's because
That's
you're a
the
moon
direwolf.
druid. Yeah.
Are we going to venture into this forest? How delicious are the cookies? Can we roll
Ah.
for delicious?
See, I'll roll a d20. The higher, the more delicious. They're pretty damn good. Pretty damn
She had
good.
a
Not,
plus 20 on her the cookie making as well, though.
there we go. 33. These are Gordon Ramsay level cookies.
Yeah. Mullamark has never eaten like sweet processed fruit. Like he's never eaten a cookie before in his life, and it's the most delicious thing he's ever eaten.
Malcolm, just a quick question about spells. Sorry, for me to learn new spells, I've got to find them somewhere or something, or come across them.
Let's have a look.
Ranger.
I
Danger,
think
danger.
I
think
don't
Rangers
think
are limited
I think
now.
they're like druids.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
So how many spells can I learn? And I'm not really sure.
Let me just check the rules first. I'm pretty sure. You know all ranger spells, so you don't need to find them or anything. Are you asking me how you add spells to your character sheet?
I don't know how to technically do it, so I can technically add all those spells, learn them all. Or how many can I learn?
Well, oh, wait a minute. Oh, I've never actually played a ranger. Let me check.
I can 3. Known spells, 1 of 3, so I can add 2 more. There you go.
Yeah, I don't think you get to change them actually if I think about it. So you choose 3 spells, and then those are your 3 spells.
Those are your ranger spells forever. And,
Yeah,
but there's,
ranger
like,
spells.
one-
Yeah.
There's one.
Okay.
There's a way that you can change it by taking something, but yeah. It's a bit confusing.
Yeah, so you choose the spells, and then you're stuck with the spells. But like you're at 4th level at the moment. When you get to 5th level, you'll still know the same amount of spells. So you know 4, you know 4 at the moment, but then that goes up and up and up.
4 says 3. I know 3. No, known spells 1 of 3, so I've only learnt 1 so far.
Oh, yeah, it's all right. Yeah, 4th level. Yeah, That's right.
So I start learning spells at second level, but I can't learn. I can only learn first level spells by the looks of things.
At 4th level, that is correct. When you get to 5th level, though, you can start learning some second level spells.
Okay, I'm with you.
Okay.
Cool.
So choose 2 more, in other words.
Hmm.
You see, your list isn't nearly as extensive as Shajai's, for example, but you're not a druid. Hunter's Mark is always a good one. Are you familiar with Hunter's Mark?
No, let's read it. I can imagine what it is. Yeah.
So as a bonus action,
Hunter as well.
you mark a target and it happens automatically. And every time you hit that target, it does an extra d6 worth of damage.
Yeah, that would be handy. I want to learn that one.
Yep.
Could kill the troll
And-
with that, I reckon.
And as a
Thorns also looks good.
And as a bonus action, you can move it to a different creature. It does require concentration, though.
Was that the Hunter's Mark? Yeah, okay.
Hunter's
That's
Mark.
right.
So you couldn't really cast any other concentration requiring spells.
Hail of Thorns also looks quite good.
Once again, concentration. So you couldn't cast it while you're casting Hunter's Mark. Anyway, these are the problems facing spell users. Exactly what to know.
For something like jump, it says I can touch a creature and then they can jump 3 times as far as I normally would. Can I touch myself?
Just waiting for someone to make a comment.
So the cheap seats.
Yes, you can.
Don't let bugs catch you doing that.
No.
Touch. You can do the touch spell on
Imagine
yourself. Yeah.
touching bugs though. She could just freaking fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, jumping doesn't add to your movement speed. You can't like run 30 feet and then jump the rest of it. It's part of that 30 feet of movement.
Okay.
But could be very useful for jumping over things. So, yeah. And normally at a running start, Tarvin could jump 14 feet. So with jump, what's that, 28, 38, 42 feet jumps.
I'm actually going to go for another Cure Wound spell. I think
Sure.
Quite handy.
it might be quite handy, yeah.
The way that we play.
Yeah, well, just as the enemies are getting tougher and,
Yeah.
wouldn't hurt. Okay, I'm all good now.
Okay, I will note that you also have Fairy Fire for being a drow, I believe.
Yes, and Disguise Self for being a Gloomstalker.
So Fairy Fire can be useful as well because you cast it on a bunch of enemies and depending on whether they make their saving throw or not, they start glowing. And when they start glowing, everybody has advantage to hit that creature.
Ooh,
And that creature looks fabulous.
that could have helped us out.
I tried it out once on invisible creatures. I was hoping it might light them up.
Yeah, it does make invisible creatures visible, but you might miss it. It's a 20-foot cube, so if they're not in that 20-foot cube, it's not going to affect them regardless. Okay, so maybe have a look at your spells during the week, Shajaya, and anybody else. Change them up, and you have access to all the druid spells, Shajaya. You know all of them because you're special. Okay, but I think we will end it tonight, and we'll pick it up. If you want to talk to the Scrimshanders about the thing that Tarvin is looking for, or maybe rumors about the Dark Duchess, we can pick it up from there. Sound good, guys?
Sounds fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll see you guys
That was
next
a
week.
fun session.